Buddy, and welcome to Sunday Showdown. We have two Hearthstone matches as well as some Battlegrounds coming at you this evening. Later on tonight, it's going to be Mojo Powell of Team Wallet Warriors versus Two Fly in a Legacy Silver series. But first, Always Lethal versus Nails, Team Mast versus Team Bands. Make 'em dance. It's going to be me, Myanodon, and Saku bringing you this series. And Myanodon, my friend, how are you doing? And what's going on with these lineups? These look the same.
Yeah, it looks like identical lineups. I'm doing great, ignoring the Eagles' loss earlier today as best as I
Right.
can. Yeah, in a cast here now with Saka, who's a 49ers fan. So we had a little discussion earlier, but that's not what we're here to talk about.
We never need to mention the Falcons. We don't have to mention the Falcons even a single time.
No, don't worry about it. We got the Hero Series, so that is not Conquest. In this case, it's Last Hero Standing. So, you win with the deck, you can continue playing with it. You lose, and it's gone. So that is slightly different strategy here, but they both have the same classes: the Demon Hunter, Priest, Rogue, and Warlock. Pretty flexible classes as far as potential brings and counters to certain things. You got the different warlocks. You can go sort of the quest warlock, the standard one. You could go the more hand version, and then there's sort of that aggressive version as well. That's just trying to fatigue with those. Oh man, I've lost the name. Those the 5/5 rush.
The gold
discards the hand of Gul'dan.
the Nightshade Matrons.
That's right, the matrons. Yeah, so there is a list that runs that as well that I've been seeing going around. That's more focused on that fatigue, strategy for Warlock, and for the Demon Hunter, you have different varieties of Quest Demon Hunter. You got Fell Demon Hunter. Even some people playing Death Rattle. With the quest, you can go Lifesteal. There's so much variety potential here. The only class I see only really one main option would be that Priest, the Aggro Shadow Priest, just being so powerful.
Yeah, and even within the fourth class being the Rogue, there's you can kind of, because it seems like all the rogues, at least that I've been seeing for quite a while now, have the Garrote combo at the end of the game. But do you want to go more board centric, include Jandis Barov? Can you imagine to do a more board centric strategy? Yeah, I know Jandis. Right? Can you imagine?
Meta? No.
Yeah. Or what's been quite a bit more common, at least in Conquest format, is the just big Garrotes all the time, total sellout, nothing above Kazakus. Sometimes even cutting Kazakus because he's just too slow. And which can. Oh, and actually, with the bans are coming in, so it looks like it's going to be a Priest and a Warlock ban. Okay. So Nails bans away the Priest from Always Lethal. So Always Lethal has access to Demon Hunter, Rogue, and Warlock. Whereas Always Lethal bans away the Warlock. So Nails, Demon Hunter, Priest, and Rogue. Interesting. So even though they agree on the classes to bring, not necessarily what the lineup is susceptible to.
I think it's I can understand both sides. Like I said, that Priest is really tough to beat sometimes. It can kind of just roll, this towards the Last Hero Standing format. And same thing with the Warlock. Sometimes, with that hand Warlock, you can really just come back from really, really low, look like really bad positions that look like you're kind of done for. And then you get down to 10 cards and suddenly you swing the board and you back to 30 health and game's over. And it's sometimes just in this, just the split second. So, I could see that being, the strategy to remove that as well out of those two options. But that does mean both players bring in the and Rogue. I think Poison Rogue could be kind of a sneaky bring in some cases as well. So maybe we'll see that. And some people have also been playing Quest Rogue, which I think has more of an even spread overall, but can lose to some of those popular decks. So we'll see if that is the direction.
Yeah, and Rogue is an interesting class. Just in that you were talking about the Last Hero Standing format, win and keep playing, because it can really reward a high roll, like a deck that is capable of larger power swings. The classic that always comes to my mind is the old combo druids, the Kuhn the Forgotten King, Aviana druids, where sometimes you just draw exactly what you need and you win the game and it doesn't matter. Right. So but Rogue is one of those classes that you can really try to sell out in a direction, in like a super high power. They can kill you on turn 6 or turn 5. You were mentioning Poison Rogue. Sometimes you get your Shank, all of the poisons come online. You find your Silver Leafs and your stunning or paralytic poisons, and then they're dead on turn 5, and you've got a handful of cards. And it's The format, the strategy, especially with a closed deck list, you can try sneaky brings like that. Any chance of brutes, you think, from these demon hunters?
Yeah, I mean, I think the popular GM deck right now is a Brute and OTK Lifesteal sort of hybrid quest Demon Hunter. So I wouldn't be surprised to see either of these players bringing that, or even just going full on with the Brutes and the Lion's Fury. I definitely think a lot of the sort of higher level players are enjoying that deck more than the other Demon Hunter lists. So I think I wouldn't be surprised to see either of those two versions.
Any chance for the fell? It seems like I feel like I haven't seen a whole lot of fell demon hunter in a while. I guess it doesn't really now's not really the time in the tournament metagame because it's really just to beat aggro strategies or something, or it seems like it feels like it's fallen out a little bit.
Yeah, it's good into aggro. So if you're leaving that priest up, maybe you're okay bringing the fell demon hunter. I think it good into that priest, good into some of the rogues. So I could see that happening with you know the side that banned the warlock rather than the priest. I could see maybe a fell demon hunter there, but it does fall to some of those other demon hunter decks. So uh, maybe not. But it looks like we are going in, and what do we have going?
So it looks like I'm loading in as well. It looks like it's going to be demon hunter versus priest, always lethal on the demon hunter, nails on the priest, and I see brutes in always lethal's opening hand.
Yes.
Oh
So
yeah.
definitely Brutes, and that Fell Screen Blast makes me think it is exactly that popular GM deck, and this is that priest. So a situation where actually the Fell Screen Blast and things like that can definitely help in this matchup into the priest. Sometimes you're just using it, and this was actually something I was going to say as well. The Rustrop Viper being a card in a lot of these different decks, the Warlock, the Demon Hunter, often run it as just a deck that you can trade, or a card that you can trade, as well as potential answers to either a shaman weapon, or in this case, if we do see a rogue, a poison rogue that could answer the rogue weapon.
Oh my gosh, look at
This
this
is a
start from
super
nails.
powerful start. This is exactly what you want. Another, be able to hit that Wriggling Horror on two, especially onto that Void Touched, and no answer on the other side just yet means that's going to continue to deal that damage. Too far away for that Guild Trader. Fell Screen Blast needs something else here.
And this is just the brute. We saw the brute get mulliganed away, but then the other copy of the brute come into hand. And I don't want to oversimplify it, but against aggro, when you're playing brute demon hunter, it really is, can you get your brutes down? If yes, survive. If no, die. And right now, always lethal is looking like, you mentioned the incredibly powerful combo, but of the spell damage plus fell screen blast to stabilize. But I mean, always lethal does not have a lot of time to get this brute onto the board to try to protect the life total.
Oh boy, and this
Oh my
is one of
gosh.
those super powerful cards as well. The Og Merchant to protect against things exactly like that Fell Screen Blast, or damn things that can't quite deal with that Divine Shield easily. And this is just chipping away. This is looking like a clean nails victory, but always lethal going to still be looking for those answers. You could get this version runs what's it called, the
Could pick up a copy of Chaos Leech, although
Immolation
like
Aura. That's what I was thinking.
Immolation
Immolation Aura
Aura, yeah.
deck would be pretty powerful here to follow up something else. Chaos Leech can heal a little bit, but yeah, so gonna actually go with that to clear off and heal up quite a bit. That was a good pickup there for Always Lethal.
Certainly. And I mean, always lethal. It's a double-edged sword because we can actually see that Irebound Brute has sort of stranded the spectral sight in the center of the hand there. If always lethal can find any other draw, and always lethal is not out of the woods yet, right? We see it's unfortunate to pick up two copies of Voracious Reader, but a glide. I mean, we're actually, you don't want to outcast this glide, do you? Because actually, that gives Nails an extra
Yeah,
card.
yeah. Giving the priest more cards is not the most the most fun thing to do. It does complete your next part of the quest, which maybe it's just worth it to do here. Starting to fall behind. We see the Alusha in the other hand. Could be good to get away from the priest. Not that Always Lethal will know that it's in there.
Yeah. And we actually saw on the previous turn always lethal mousing over that brute on the left side, just like, come on, bro, I need to draw you off of some sort of draw effect. and really stuck here because the Persistent Peddler tradable will of course set always lethal to only 3 mana and won't be able to just regular cast the glide at that point. But if we're not gliding, what are we doing this turn?
Yeah, I think we have to do it here, and always lethal agrees. We'll see what we get. Could be some powerful options. Tusk Piercer, very close to being able to play this, but not quite able to play the Brute here.
Ugh.
1 mana short from being able to do that, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and put 1 damage. Has the immolation aura, in hand that you were talking about is a very strong board control tool, but actually the Kul Turan Chaplain, sorry, coming into hand is just a way for Nails to reinforce this board, just adding additional lives. Oh, and actually going to go ahead and rip the Mind Render Elucia to go ahead and take away the removal
Yeah, wow.
options.
So the Elucia comes back to the hand, so not able to stop this, and that's going to make things a little bit tougher. Although there's a little bit in the hand, but now facing pretty powerful response there.
Draws the Desk Imp. Man, all the cards in Shadow Priest are so bad. It is really funny when one of the best things you can do is give the other player your deck because all of the cards are so bad. But they're so good. But they're so bad. I mean, because so I'm just doing some math here. This is 9 damage showing that this Mind Render Elucia is kind of like an umbrella, right? You throw out the Mind Render Elucia and you just get to protect your board for a turn.
Yeah, exactly. So not quite lethal setup, but a couple of those options. We see the Raised Dead in the hand. That's going to come back to the hand for Nails. So because there's no dead minions yet for always lethal, so no Raised Dead potential to actually play it there, and it's going to come back to the hand. And we know that Void Touch Attendant was alive earlier. That could just be lethal for
Oh
Nails
yeah,
next turn.
yeah. Oh, that's a great point. And because sometimes it can feel like the Shadow Priest really just needs Void Touched Attendant to close out a game. We're talking about it like it's the end game. It's going into the 6 mana turn. So,
Yeah, I think this might very well be the end game. It's going to come down to this Raised Dead. What else has died that we
I
could? I
think
mean,
it's
Og
just the
Merchant.
Attendant and the
There's
Og
the
Merchant.
Attendant and the Wriggling Horror. So there was a chance to miss, but does manage to get it, and that is going to be lethal. That is the Priest taking the first win. Always lethal. Can no longer play that Demon Hunter, and that is a good start there for Nails.
And this really just goes to underline one of the things you were saying at the top of the show there of a deck that can beat any deck. Shadow Priest seems to be one of those where if they and actually we got a little bit of insight into the version. This seems to be all the 0 cost cards alongside Disciplinarian Gambling version. I've seen some that cut that in favor of having the Shadow Bolts or not Shadow Bolts. Oh, miscue here. accidentally
Yep.
queued up the Demon Hunter once again. This is not Conquest. This is Last Hero Standing.
That's
Always
okay.
lethal
It
must
does not
change.
chain anything in Hero, so that's going to be fine to just requeue that, no problem.
But so I've seen a couple of folks with that Shadow Priest try the Void Shards instead of the
Right.
Gambling.
Yeah,
But
that has sort of fallen out of favor a little bit recently. I've seen most GMs and most of those lineups, winning the qualifiers, running the Gambling build. It's
mhm.
just such a powerful swing potential, and it's just so powerful. I mean, we saw that last game, being able to play something alongside another 1-drop turn 1 to follow up with those Wriggling Horrors can be just game breaking. And I mean, you saw it there. It hit the Void Touch Attendant and that Tiny Fin, I think it was, and that was just so much damage out the get go. And then you're forced to clear off that Attendant, and then that just gives you that Attendant back from the Raised Dead. And we saw it after the finisher there. So
Yeah, and I think it's empirically true that the Tiny Fin is better than the Desk Imp, right? I think the data bears that out.
yeah, I mean, just on a cuteness factor alone. Uh,
Oh, Gandling in the opening hand, but none of those 0 cost, no Desk Imps and no Tiny Fins.
Yeah, I've
Uh,
seen that. It's just a powerful thing to drop on 6 or on 4, excuse me, with the 6 health,
mhm.
especially into Warlock. It's the Shadow Bolt really that they have that could deal that much. It survives the Soul Rend. It survives a lot more of their removal.
Yeah, and it actually looks like Always Lethal is playing the version with those Nightshade Matrons that you were
Yes.
alluding to. Oh, and the Mana Feeders, so just big draw.
Yeah,
Probably no
this is
Flesh
a
Giants.
fatigue. This is a fatigue build. So I think it does still often run those flesh giants, but it does cut out some of that other sort of. Actually, I can't
Actually,
remember.
I
Sometimes it
think
does.
yeah, I think they had to cut the Flesh Giants to make room for. I would not swear
I
to
can't
this.
remember.
If you were pulling my fingernails out, I wouldn't swear to it. But I think with Mana Feeders and Nightshades, I would expect no Flesh Giants. That just sounds insane to say out
Yeah, I
loud when I
mean,
hear myself saying it.
you discount so quickly that usually they're lower than those Hand of Gul'dans by the time you're playing
Yeah,
the matrons. So, I mean, a lot of times the matrons are acting as finishers once you've, deleted half your deck with all the other tools you have to draw things. You have that Soul Rend, you have backfires. Um, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Flesh Giants either, but I could also see it being kind of, a potential blocker in the hand. But for now, a really slow start for Nails. Powerful minions eventually, but just dead to Soul Rend, and they're gonna take their time to spawn and deal that damage. So not quite as powerful as a start for Nails this time. But that Cult Neophyte going into the coin Soul Rend turn is really nice.
yeah, and actually we see a Desk Imp pickup as well to go with that Disciplinarian Gambling. Holding on to the coin, Always Lethal was getting ready for this to be potentially a coin Soul Rend turn, but as you mentioned, that has been disabled. And also, this just makes all of the mana really awkward for Always Lethal. There was a potential, tap touch of the Nathrezim or something this turn, add an Immortal Coil. Now everything is just awkwardly expensive. But we saw a tempo Mana Feeder Panthera, basically just River Crocolisk on 2. I assume that this touch of the Nathrezim is coming down, right, to remove the 3/2 if we're playing a tempo game.
Yeah, it's an interesting break point, right? Because you're losing one heal. Maybe that's a consideration, but getting rid of that
True.
3/2 is probably worth it. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's what we see here be the play. But Always Lethal saying, I need more stuff, and does get slightly rewarded with the playable card there off the top.
And the second imprisoned homunculus is going to come into hand. So you were touching on this a little bit, where Disciplinary Gambling has 6 health and survives Soul Rend. I almost okay. It looks like Nails is going to hang on to that for reload, because Always Lethal does have 2 copies of Soul Rend in the deck and has been tapping pretty aggressively. Just going to keep playing around a Soul Rend, it looks like, to and save this Disciplinarian Desk Imp combo for a post Soul Rend world.
Yep, that looks to be exactly the plan here, and playing around it smartly, getting the most damage also, while removing the potential for the Soul Rend to still clear that homunculus. So it is going to have a nice clear here. It's more of a question for, Always Lethal. I guess you'd probably trade in the 1/1 here into the 2/7, because then you Soul Rend and then you can Mortal Coil, get that draw, which is definitely better here than milling a card. You'd rather just draw that extra card.
Always Lethal is playing Altars of Fire.
Yeah, this is like I said, this is the full fatigue list. That the one that runs Altar of Fire, runs those matrons with the Hand of Gul'dan. You're just trying to cycle as fast as humanly possible. While doing that, you're hurting yourself to progress the quest, and then by the time you're done your deck, you have everything good to go, and you're able to just fatigue your opponent instead.
This is insane. we saw the Tiny Fin draw to go with the Desk Imp, and then we see the immediate Hand of Gul'dan alongside Nightshade Matron. So both players are throwing out big power plays. I mean, it's still 8 damage going downtown right now for Nails. Blood Shard, Bristleback in hand, one of those stabilization cards you were talking about, and it will be live with the next draw.
Yeah, so another nice part of that Soul Rend is getting through that deck a little bit sooner, and getting to 10 cards, like I said earlier, with this Bristleback is going to be crucial here. Was not able to find that second Soul Rend, which would have finished up clearing this board, but does, like you said, have that Bristleback, as well as the Shadow Bolt, which could progress this part of the quest by dealing with one of these failed students, and it looks like that's what we're starting with here.
And that will activate the quest, so Always Lethal does get a small, basically gets a 1 health refund on that whole endeavor. At a now princely 11. Okay, gonna go ahead and raise dead back down to 8. And you really can float at that 10 health range, just dancing on the razor's edge. Because priest,
Ooh.
priest cut all of the from hand burn in favor of adding on those Ganlings and more board presence. And here's another side effect of killing failed students: is 4 mana 4/4s are not great.
Yeah, this is a little bit awkward with the Voracious Reader on the board. You don't want to fill your hand up,
Ugh.
but you also do want to get that Twilight Deceptor down, get the second Raise Dead out of your deck since you've already had the first one. You don't want to end up top decking it and feeling bad about that. So,
True.
not too surprising. Does maybe mean that we're just gonna go face here and ignore that 3/3.
And the 3/3 with lifesteal, Drain Soul coming in. We also see Lil Tamsin in hand, and I think you were talking about it last week. There's a fun interaction where, because of the Cult Neophyte, you can actually cycle spells over and over again because they come back costing 1. Of course, not a lot of mana to try to pull off anything funny with that, but could do a couple touches of the Nathrezim or something potentially.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that you can do 3 touch of the Nathrezim. Would mean, yeah, you play the Tamsin into 1, you do the other one onto the Wriggling Horror, then probably I think value trade in the Reader and do the third one there. That's a huge amount of heal, and there's that interaction coming into play. A little awkward situation for Nails. I mean, you do want to stop them from being able to play so much, but at the same time, giving that opportunity there.
Yeah, and that's not really, like you're saying, that's not really a combo that you can play around when you're
Yeah.
the Shadow Priest. But boy, when this happens and all of a sudden Always Lethal back up to 27 is just. And now we're into the 8+ mana turns. We see a Ruined Mithril Rod and a Backfire both in hand. The Warlock can start doing really powerful stuff here in the next turn or two.
Yeah, I mean, these are the two bands we saw. Both players saying, "I don't want to face this one," and we're seeing why for both for both situations. What can kind of happen in these matchups, and Mindrender Elusia in the hand for Nails maybe means if this board isn't cleared, could see that final swing and try for lethal there. Could find a Bristleback here and does. That's a
Ooh.
really nice pickup as well. Heals back to full, removes a minion, that 4/6, which would have been real tough to deal with.
And it looked like Always Lethal was reaching for the tour guide to tap Bloodshard Bristleback to go ahead and advance the quest one more time. But
Yeah.
as you mentioned, the Elusia in hand does open the door for Always Lethal to make a mistake. Right? There's nothing Nails can really do in terms of what Nails' playable options are. It kind of just has to keep playing and trying to win the game.
Oh,
Always Lethal
there's
must
that
now.
second Bristleback. So
Oh, jeez.
even more heal potential, but might be something that Nails does steal next turn. We'll see how the mana does play out, depending on what Nails decides to do.
And just Always Lethal has to make sure they don't accidentally complete the quest with not enough mana to play Big Tamsin. Because if that happens, Elusia comes out instantly, steals Tamsin instantly, and the game gets real weird from that point onward.
Yeah, you don't usually last till turn 9 into the priest, so maybe you might not be thinking about that these days. Even though control priest, you should be thinking about that from the old days of how Elusia used to be played, not as kind of a blocker, but gonna be an interesting turn here. Could get everything down and just block, but that does mean we can't really play too much out of the hand, but we'll see if it's enough here for Nails to think it's worth this turn. But with that hero power, that does mean it looks like we are going to wait one more turn before the Elusia and try to maybe steal good value out of the hand.
Yeah, and this is a pretty good looking hand here for Always Lethal. Looks like this is going to be a Mithril Rod Backfire anyway. Just yeah, well, I'll pay 7 mana for that. That's do not complete your quest this turn though. Always Lethal. That's important. Because there's not going to be nearly enough mana to play Big Tamsin.
Yeah, I think with the Raised Dead's gone, that's going to be tough to complete anyway. So, Altar of Fire picked up a little late here. So just going to go with that. I think maybe a double touch potentially, or just remove the 1 minion and hold on to that second touch. We're gonna see that maybe come back to haunt them a little bit here.
Yeah, I have to
As a
assume,
response.
especially when you see that activation on the ruined mithril rod, it seems like this is the Mind Render Elucia turn.
Oh, and no question. I
Yeah,
mean, there's
this
nothing
is
else to
it.
do. You have so much mana left as well. 6 mana left to just dump your
Yeah.
opponent's hand. And maybe, I mean, the Soul Rend kind of completes what they want to do. So gonna just dump something else from the hand with this Matron.
And
No
so,
reason to
yeah, is there any way
use
to
this card.
guarantee that this hits the Soul Rend? Oh, hits the other. No, okay, hits the other matron. I
Altar of Fire. I don't know if you want to progress their. If you do that, they can finish their quest. Oh, they can finish their quest either way, actually, because they're going to draw it and then they can tap, take the damage and the tap damage, and they go up to
right.
the TAM since completed. So really just want to get rid of any way they can deal damage to you besides those taps. Gonna hold on to the Shadow Bolt, though, it looks like, and just I guess since they already are able to, you might as well have them over damage themselves by 1. And
oh, that's great for Nails burning the Archbishop Benedictus. I guess it doesn't really matter at this point. It's now it's just a big old 5 mana 5/6, but
yeah,
all right,
I mean,
always
that's huge actually. They have no way to finish the quest because they have your deck. So of course, gonna actually set up a potential lethal here. And how much damage is that with the 15 plus
15,
the
16,
extra
17?
16 other 6? That's 21 plus the 3. That's 24.
Wait,
that's exact lethal here on the board, and that is gonna secure it there for Nails. Able to turn it back around. Such a close point there, but I mean, getting the Nightshade Matron down off of the Elucia, and then the Bristleback to follow up, just able to secure it with the damage there, and that is gonna be another win for that Priest. And always lethal in trouble here. Only the Rogue remaining has to find the sweep.
Yeah, the reverse sweep must begin right now. So with the way that played out, can we say that the backfire ruined mithril rod, that seems like the inflection point where maybe we need to take another look at that turn and think about.
Yeah, I think your opponent's been holding on to this card for turns when, they always have mana. They've had mana to spare sometimes.
Right.
And they've just been holding on to this one card. You have to think it's got to be Elucia, and I think playing around that would have been a big deal there. And you want to discount your stuff, but you don't want to leave it in your hand. You want to be dumping it if you can into that matchup, especially that late into that matchup into the Priest.
It's just tough because you want to do the stuff that your deck does, and that's so powerful.
Yeah.
Of the mithril rod backfire, I certainly can't fault always lethal for doing the strong things, but yeah, just absolutely got judo flipped at that time. And
yeah, I mean, Nails hitting the Void Touch Attendant certainly helped finish that off. Would have been a turn off from that lethal, and maybe that Soul Rend we saw still in the hand could have stopped things at least for a turn. I don't know if it would have been enough to swing things because still only would have been quite low, and just the hero power maybe would have been able to finish it in a couple turns before. Just tapping once a turn for always lethal deals enough damage to the Priest. So might not have been enough anyway, but
definitely
something to look back on for sure.
Yeah, just an interesting thought experiment. And I think we can say, actually, that Flesh Giant is too slow, at least for always lethal. So I'd be interested to see if this goes past just Priest. We might only get to see the Priest from Nails, but be interested to see if and Nails' Warlock got banned away, so I guess we'll never know. But this is the kind of tempo start. The Divine Shield on Void Touched Attendant is just tough for people to deal with right now. And this seems like a hand that just wishes there was an Octobot.
Yes, I was about to say. I mean, Octobot would change things tremendously. This could turn into like a huge swing if you just get that Octobot. But gonna have to use some of those tools here just to fight back for the board. And I mean, a pretty good turn there to fight back, but does slow down that field contact potential later on. But able to fight for the board, which is absolutely crucial in this matchup.
And it looks like Nails is actually going to be able to develop a Traveling Merchant this turn. A big old 4/5 for 3 mana. And Not done fighting for the board is Nails. And Nails, I gotta hand it to Nails. Nails has been quite good at picking up these voracious readers, and you want to get one of them when you're running out of cards. And Nails has been doing an okay job on that front.
Yeah, sometimes picking up 2 of them though, I think, but
Yeah, that's.
still
Oh yeah, true.
still better than not picking them up at all, I would say.
And an early secret pass is going to lead to a swindle and potential Og Merchant or Wand Thief. But boy, this 4/5 is shaped really awkwardly. But I mean, you could argue that the Void Touched Attendant is just as threatening. It's just increasing the damage of everything, the hero power and the little incidental critters as well.
Yeah, it might have to be just remove this Void Touched and uh, might have to double trade into it, I guess, is
Yeesh.
the look here. We were looking at that Og Merchant, so not gonna go for that swindle. Gonna go for that second secret passage actually instead. We're running
Alexstrasza.
Alex in this list, so a little bit more of a finisher there on top of the Garrote finish. Wicked Stabs as well. Not everyone is running that in their versions, but
Okay. So is this Alexstrasza, Jandis, Kazakus, and Mankrik, all the legendaries
I mean, it could
version?
certainly be. I don't know if you could fit all of them in. I think if we're seeing the Alex, maybe Jandis isn't there, but I haven't seen too much of Jandis recently.
Yeah. Can you imagine paying 6 mana? The second traveling merchant though is going to go ahead and come down, and Always Lethal was able to remove that Void Touched Attendant, but it cost the entire board, and I mean, uh, like Ruined Orb,
Oh boy, yeah,
Swindle,
this is
Prize Plunderer or something. Like this is a rough turn.
not where you want to be, but it looks like, I mean, you can remove 2 minions here, or just ooh, Wicked Stab, still only
Yeah, was that 4 damage right now?
or yeah.
Always Lethal. Okay, it's actually going to pick up an extra Swindle.
Okay. Oh, does find the Shadow Step, which I think does allow to clear both these 4/5s, right? You Prize
Uh,
Plunder, Shadow Step, Prize Plunder again. That should be, I think it was 3 cards before the Plunder, right? We played
yeah,
the
I think you're right.
Ruined Orb. Oh no, we just played Ruined Orb Swindle. Oh no,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
So,
right.
so it's just 2 there, but gonna be able to clear off 2 of those at least, leaving just that 4/5 up.
And I'd be interested to see if Nails decides to clear the 2/1, especially with a Shadow Step committed. The ability to just go ahead and hit the face. I mean, Always Lethal's already down to 11 life. Oh, and that big raise dead. Let's see if Nails can keep hitting attendance. Technically missed, but these are some good minions. The Cult Neophyte and the Guardian Og Merchant can really help make things awkward for Rogue.
Yeah, but instead just going to dump the hand a little bit here. Not afraid of spells this upcoming turn. Going to maybe use that as a finisher next turn. Interesting, though. I feel like this way, if we had gone the Cult Neophyte Og Merchant, we were setting up lethal. And this way we are not exactly, right?
And I guess, does this extra Wicked Stab? I mean, the Voracious Reader, obviously we can see that Nails has the extra Voracious Reader in hand, but I wonder if. Nope, okay, gonna go ahead and commit the Wand Thief, see what options become available. I would ordinarily say that Ring Toss probably never gets corrupted, but this is a bit of a heavier list so far, so maybe there's a possibility. But it seems like Evocation is probably, if this game continues, Evocation can give you just a handful of resources potentially. Is it ever Intellect, do you think? Oh, it's going to be a concede.
Wow. So not just saying that's not going to be enough, and I can't answer this board, and that is a 3-0 sweep for Nails. Gonna put the team even further ahead. Mast was down 7-13 going into this game. Now gonna finish the week after a 3-2 start, a really powerful start. Unfortunately, taking the loss this week, 7-17, right? That's a big
Yeah,
win for
yeah,
Bands.
I think you're right. And that puts them I think they came into this week with 63 points or so, and so this.
Wow, that actually
Yeah.
puts them ahead of Mast here, I think, right? Because they're gonna go up
Hello.
to 80 instead of the 70 there. So, wow,
Oh,
congratulations! Big win there for your team to put you guys into that. I believe top running, at least fighting for those top spots there after a rough start to the season. It looks like.
Yeah, we're trying to bring it back. Duocat did not have a great start, or I guess end to their Hearthstone days. So um, we're we're doing what we can with the hand we were dealt.
And
Based
speaking
on
of
our,
hands that you were dealt, that was I mean, as Matt and I was saying, that was a 3-0 just, but got a little tense there in game two, the Warlock versus the Priest. Warlock seemed like it was going to stabilize, but you managed to hold it together and get that big Elucia down.
oh yeah, that was a Lucy, all right.
Uh,
Um, yeah,
but
uh,
it seems like you set it up. I mean, how were you going into the the 7, 8, 9 mana turns in that game?
just try to stick as much board as I can so that Lucy can save me. Like the the card is so stupid. It's just it lets you get out of anything if you draw it and have like the game set up in a way that you can do it. I was I was sort of looking for a steal the quest reward angle,
Mhm.
but he didn't complete the quest fast enough, and like I was just able to stick some board and seemed pretty
Yeah, I
ideal.
think playing it right after having those big discounts
Yeah,
as
right after the
well.
rod discount, it was just like, oh,
Exactly.
it's go time. It just
Yeah,
gave,
just a full hand that I can
yeah,
play most of this, remove your cards, and pretty much give you no way to answer.
yeah.
Pretty good.
Um, yeah, that was the green light, and you just go. Um, I
So
think I
I
drew a tiny fin or something as an extra encouragement, but like, yeah, it was, yeah,
yeah, Tiny Finn. We were talking about the power level of Tiny Finn is just off the charts.
it's so true.
Tiny
Hard
Finn
and
wins
nutty.
games.
Yeah, I mean, game one you had the void touch tiny fin followed up by the wriggling horror. I mean, that's just like game ending in itself. That combo
Yeah,
sometimes.
no, it's tough to respond to. Priest is just really, really good. Void Touch Attendant is absurd, and Lucy's obviously getting nuked. So, um, yeah, but those
So
are two cards that really exist. Wow,
uh,
it's wild.
yeah. I don't know if you got the chance to really get the read on what Always Lethal's Demon Hunter was, but it was a brute Demon Hunter. Were you expecting brute Demon Hunter
Yeah,
this
I
week?
was expecting Brute ODK.
Gotcha.
Um, It's like the standard one that's just started popping up, like at the end of last week, and it was all over GMs, and it's been all over ladder. And yeah, um, it was the deck that I was assuming I was going to be playing when I submitted DH, and it's what I had. Yeah, just a really solid deck. Um, it loses the free stuff, just like most other things.
Yeah,
Um,
Priest seems like a great last hero standing bring right now. It just has the ability,
yeah,
and you obviously respect it on account of you banned it away.
yeah, no, it's so stupid. Like you just it beats stuff. I don't know what else to say about
It
it.
beats stuff. Yeah.
It takes life totals from 30 to 0.
Yeah, control
Pretty
priests,
quickly.
all right.
Yeah.
Con- it takes away your options. That's a control priest.
Right, it just controls the face really effectively.
Yeah. Uh,
But also the board. I mean, there's a time there in the mid stages of that Warlock game where you're having to, and
yeah.
even the
So
rogue game for your
I thought
hero power. Mhm.
I like the early stages of the Warlock game actually. Like I got dealt the double homunculus, and I'm thinking, all right, this is probably gonna pull out a Soul Run plus a ping for the 2/7. And I had the gambling in hand, so that was just really nice to be able to pull those cards out of my opponent's hand before I go in with gambling. And I think I got a little bit of mileage out of the gambling, so
Oh, for sure.
that
And
was
that
nice.
was that game just seemed like a bunch of. I mean, where we talked about the backfire mithril ruined mithril rod turn. I mean, did you? I guess you couldn't have known that was necessarily in hand, but it sure looked clean. Where you set them up with a cult neophyte going into the turn where they would have to spend all their mana doing
Yeah,
that,
I was
discounting their hand, and then Lucia. Like it looked
Yeah, that's
intentional.
kind of what I was going for something like that. Like I think I mentioned that my like primary thoughts were okay. I don't want to get Tamsin played this turn. I want to force him to maybe make the Tamsin, and then I can steal it. That was my initial thoughts. But like, I mean, yeah, just uh, Neophyte's a really crazy card in general too.
It does seem
getting it
like
down.
it does seem like every deck that can play neophytes eventually plays something else, and then it's just not as good, and then it goes back to neophytes. It seems like it's
Yeah,
it.
it messes with decks really hard. And it lets you play around breakpoints if you have that in mind, but like even just as a general card, it usually is really disruptive. So yeah, called Neophyte hell of a card too.
Oh,
Right.
Neophyte. Changing the meta. But yeah, congratulations once again. Big start for your team to push for that playoff potential. Definitely need to make up some of that distance there from the top teams. So good win there. Sorry for your team's loss there, Saku, this week, but still in that running as well for those spots.
So, and there, Saku actually just has to anything that you say right now, Nails. I'll just go ahead and tell you that Saku cannot respond.
Can't respond. You can
Ooh,
say anything about the
nice.
49ers
Oh yeah.
specifically.
I don't know, like
Oh, I can respond. Saku has typed in the chat.
um, I'm trying to come up with what to say about Jim Harbaugh. 'Cause, like I'm a pretty big Michigan, like University of Michigan sports fan. So, but like I don't really have anything. Like he's a decent coach for us. Um, but like I think he left on like less than great terms. But like got got him to the NFC Championship game a couple times. So I don't actually know how Niners Nation feels about Harbaugh, but that's all I got really. Um,
Got him.
It was a good attempt. I appreciate the effort put in there. But yeah, I think that's it from us here for that Hero series. Unless you have anything else you want to say to your team or anyone out there, Nails.
good games to Mast, I guess. Good games to Always Lethal, Dan Priest next time. It's I actually don't because the deck's probably going to be super different without Lucy, but ban the broken deck, I guess.
Yeah, whatever that
Like,
is.
yeah, Lucy's so stupid. I can't believe it. I'm glad that the card is going away. Um, I think she was like fine. I'm interested to see what the rework is going to be, but I think she was fine-ish for exactly Barons because the meta was so
Mhm.
slow that you couldn't actually like completely take over a game. But yeah, if like she was always going to be incredibly toxic if she was ever in an aggro deck, and then Shadow Priest is actually a good aggro deck. So yeah, I'm glad she's getting the
Yeah, I can definitely understand that sentiment. And we'll see what they do end up doing to her.
He had a good
Find
run.
out for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, hey, congratulations again, Nails. We'll let you get to your evening, and we have another match in the wings here. Mojo Powell of Team Wallet Warriors versus Two Fly of Redfish. So if you want to stick around, Nails, if you want to, we'll catch you. We'll catch you in the broadcast. In the
Oh wait, sorry. What series is this?
we're going to be transitioning into a Legacy Silver series.
I got nothing better to do. Sure.
Uh,
Yeah.
the oh, sorry,
That's what you're inviting. Were you inviting me onto the cast or like?
no,
Oh, okay.
I phrased that incorrectly. I was letting
I
you
was
go.
like, yeah, sure. I mean, I guess if you want me, but no.
No,
Take care.
I have a good one. So Wallet Warriors versus Redfish, man, Band's actually going to be able to successfully make it into the playoffs potentially. Those are the kind of swings that can happen though in a point based format like this.
Yeah, I mean, you look at their records, not too bad overall. It's just, I guess, just not getting enough points per week. Like each player kind of making a solid effort, like a decent season there, but just not lining up for most weeks. But finally getting that win this week with those wins lining up for the first time or for the first of a few times, I guess. But yeah,
And
now we're going to that silver conference, like you said, legacy series. So now moving on to conquest, a little bit different. Once you win with the deck, you can no longer play it. So a little bit of the opposite there, and we have the classes for both players. This is going to be, where is it? I gotta find
it's
it. There
so
it
it's
is.
going to be
Wallet.
Mojo Powell, yeah, with the Druid, Paladin, Shaman, and Warlock bring up against Two Fly, Demon Hunter, Hunter Priest, and Rogue brings. So not as much agreement in this series as in the previous series.
Yeah, wow. This is I just noticed it's 4 different classes for both players, so definitely different mindsets there. And a lot of flexibility in some of those classes as well. So I'm interested to see what these players bring. It is in the 5 seed, so you tend to see a little bit more of those aggressive decks, but you never know. I mean, we have Hunter Priest for 2 fly. That to me is probably Shadow Priest, like we just saw in that Face Hunter. Um, and then that Druid on Mojo Pal's side with that Shaman, could be Quest or some sort of Elemental Shaman, and then the Druid. I think usually in that seed, you're gonna find the taunt aggro taunt druids, but there's always a chance to see in a Khandra or Miracle Druid as well. Mojo Pal definitely a good pilot there, so wouldn't be surprised.
And yeah, I'm interested in how this Paladin does, because I'm looking at the Wallet Warriors lineups and I'm seeing a lot of Paladins. Oh, it looks like only Sam Sees Ghosts not bringing Paladin. I mean, I have to assume that it's going to be some version of the hand buff Paladins from before, but there's been, do you put in the Goody Two Shields or not? Do you put it lower to the ground? The original version had like topped out at King Varian that draws 3 cards and gains Rush, Taunt, Divine Shield. But it seems like everything has had to speed up a little bit, and Varian has become potentially too slow to successfully act as that refill. Not Cariel Rome, Cornelius Rome, in that also turning out to be too slow. So
Yeah, I think Varian stuck around a little bit longer than Rome. Still seeing Varian find a place, just able to fight for the board more. Usually you're getting the Divine Shield Rush and Taunt, so you're able to clear something off and still have that big taunt in the way.
mhm.
And draw those cards as well. So it has a little bit more comeback potential. So I've seen that stick around a little bit more, in the Secret Paladins, the hand buff Paladins as well. And even in Libram Paladins, you see it sometimes, which is kind of a more of a fringe niche deck, but has a good matchup spread surprisingly if you're, seeing certain brings, into that priest, into um, what's it called? Oh yeah, yeah, into the priest. I think, and even into the hunter has a solid matchup. You have, those big taunts, big heals. Um, so wouldn't be surprised actually if we did see that come out here from Mojo Pal, but we'll see what they do end up bringing. And then that warlock, similar to what we saw, has those multiple different builds of that quest hunter or quest warlock. Depending if you go that fatigue route, you go the hand route, or kind of somewhere in between.
And yeah, you're also mentioning the variations on the shaman, quest versus elementals versus Doomhammer and friends. Several different ways to do the shaman, but the quest shaman has been an interesting. Oh, actually, you know what? Never mind, because the bans are now coming in 2 fly bans away that shaman, so we don't have to
Oh,
worry about
all
that.
right.
And Mojo Powell bans away the Demon Hunter, so it is going to be Mojo Powell, Druid, Paladin, Warlock up against 2 fly Hunter, Priest, and Rogue, leaving up the Shadow Priest, what I assume is going to be a Face Hunter, and some manner of Garrote Rogue.
Yeah, I think
Taking
maybe that means Mojo Pal's got maybe some good answers to those aggressive decks. Maybe that Libram Paladin, like I said, Quest Shaman has good answers to those aggressive decks too. That is banned out, but is potentially the bring that swayed that as well. And then Warlock, surprisingly, has those swings with a good Soul Rend here or there, followed by those big swings with the taunts and the heals. With the bristlebacks and the scavengers.
Oh yeah, the strong shell, or no,
No,
it's not strong shell scavenger, is
no,
it? That's
no, no,
from a while back.
Baron
uh,
scavenger. It was a scavenger though.
It is a
Type
scavenger. Yeah.
type of scavenger, but those big swings with the bristleback scavengers, um, allow it to win into those aggressive decks as well. In a good percentage of games. I think it's about like 50-50, maybe slightly Warlock favored if you do hit those big cards.
And gosh, I'm really interested to see what kind of druid this is, because I don't know if you've ever had the opportunity to just land a gray bow with some minions
Yeah.
And
The best is you play what is that? I've lost the name of the Oracle of Elune. You play the Oracle of Elune into the
yeah.
Razor Main Battle Guard into the double Grey Bow. That's the best turn. That's the turn you really want to play.
Oh,
But it looks like our players are getting in here.
and it looks like it is going to be some manner of disruption taunt druid. We got far watch posts and bone chewer brawlers and stuff, as well as teacher's pet in the opening hand for Mojo Powell. And then, of course, a shadow priest coming in from 2 fly. And what we just saw in that last series is that priest hits you from the board for the most part. And so if Mojo Powell is going to be able to get some taunts down and do some disruption and shenanigans, this might be tough for 2 fly. But then again, it seems like this priest has the chance against everybody. And Tiny Finn in the opening hand, power level 9,000, over 9,000.
Over 9,000. Here we go. Does not have the follow up just yet, but Wriggling Heart could come into the hand. You have the tour guide as well. The freshman, even better of an option there alongside this Tiny Fin. Even without the Wriggling Horror, you're not too upset with that start.
And there's Greybow coming into hand, but this is we're missing a lot of the acceleration options right now, because obviously this hand. Oh wow, interesting. Also a Park Panther just for some additional board control.
Yeah, this looks like
Yep.
kind of the standard aggro taunt druid that I've seen with these cards here.
And man, Far Watch Post. It's funny. Far Watch Post got nerfed, and then I felt like I didn't see it for quite a while. But every time I play against it, I'm like, oh man, this card is super annoying.
Yeah, a lot of decks right now definitely don't like it. The Warlock's very draw focused. It does have decent answers to it. But also Miracle Druids, things like that. The Garrote Rogue as well can really annoy it.
And Bone Chewer Brawler going to come down. And of course, this will seemingly slow down the aggression, but a Tour Guide Hero Power is going to allow a 2-fly to get through. Although this does make the Twilight Deceptor in hand for 2-fly a little awkward. Would love to be able to send one of these critters face and then draw a card. Not going to be able to, though.
Yeah, just going to have to go with this clear here. Whoa. Not with the freshman. Oh, okay, I guess we're just trying to keep the most minions alive. I can see that as well. I thought I was fine with, getting rid of the Tiny Fin here, especially since we have that Deceptor that's going to draw us the Raised Dead. But, keeping an extra minion alive is not bad either.
Yeah, and I guess really just planning on drawing that Void Touched Attendant at some point. Just really, just to your point of maximizing bodies on board. And Tiny Fin is too powerful. If you can keep it on the board long enough, it just wins games.
Yeah. The Wriggling Horror off the top is playable here. It does cost that extra mana, but allows for a little bit of a value trade here with that 2/3 Attendant and still chipping away at that face.
And I mean, really only one playable card here. The Mojo Pal going to be able to either Hero Power or play Far Watch Post. So I'm in favor of playing cards when you can.
This has been a pretty slow start here for the Druid, drawing a lot of that top end, the Grey Bow, the Teacher's Pet, Arbor Up, and the Park Panther. I mean, that's really is the top end of your deck there. So a little unfortunate, and that composting is not going to do it in this situation. But the Panther does let you really fight back for the board here. You're able to clear off 2 minions, still have your minion alive. And, now it's kind of just a back and forth, but has taken quite a lot of damage so far. And one of these 2 drops into the Merchant is going to be quite a powerful board as well. The Merchant going to be tough to deal with here for Mojo Powell.
And 2-fly just going to keep on loading up on the board. I'm interested to see. I mean, this Park Panther cannot be allowed to survive. Oh, okay. Actually going to use the Mind Spike to just make sure that the Park Panther board clearing potential.
So are we trading the Merchant here to utilize the mana, or we're just trying to get another minion out here? Had the Tour Guide die, Wriggling Horror as well, a really good pickup to keep pushing this board.
Bone Chewer Brawler available. I mean, Teacher's Pet is going to have to do a lot of heavy lifting, but you mentioned the Wriggling Horror coming back. The Hero Power costs 0 right now, so the amount of board presence for 2-fly. This is one of the few bad draws actually in the whole deck right now. Dark Bishop Benedictus, just big and expensive right now.
I'd like to see this Merchant come down here as well.
Yeah.
Massive Merchant, and That's going to be very tough for the Druid to deal with. Able to push through this. What do you get as a result? Oh, wow. That is quite an unfortunate result. Mukla, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Always do. Oh, boy. Okay. Is this bug still happening? The spectate bug with these two?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interested to see if this pack mule,
The
thing is,
game again.
yeah, the thing is with 6 mana, it seems like both pack mules and the Bone Chewer Brawler is probably the move, just to give you the best chance. But I mean, you mentioned the size of this freaking merchant. This is huge, 7/8, and Druid has lost access to pretty much all of the from hand removal. Pretty much down to lunar eclipses at this point, and this deck doesn't run lunar eclipses, right? Or does it?
Okay, I think we played the.
Oh, okay.
All right, that's gonna affect the spectate. Sorry about that, but I am assuming that both of those were played. It looked like they were about to both be played. Those pack mules.
So we will. I mean, I feel pretty. I don't want to call it early, but it's looking pretty good for the priest right now.
It definitely is. It's not over, but I would have to agree with you. That's 7/8. Just based on, I mean, there were 3 taunts in the way. The chaplain allows for a couple of more value trades. The hero power. I don't know what we drew. I'm gonna have to
a Park Panther. Oh, geez. So Two Fly was able to clear off the entirety of all 3 of those taunts. Now has 19 power in creatures, as well as the 2 damage from the hero power available, and that's actually going to be a concede from Mojo. So Priest is now 4-0 on the evening.
Yeah, not too surprising. Priest just so powerful right now, but a little bit different in this format here in Conquest. That does mean the Priest is gone, so no more Priest tonight. For those of you who are tired of seeing Priest, it is done for the night. It has gotten its victory here. We will not be seeing it. Two Fly with that Hunter and Rogue remaining. I'm really curious to see what this Rogue is, because we have those options with the Garrote. We have the Poison Rogue and also Quest Rogue, and I think a Quest Rogue maybe wouldn't be too surprising to see, and be interested to see how it does here if it is brought.
And even just seeing the version that Always Lethal brought with the inclusion of Alex Straza is an interesting. I haven't seen Alex Straza Rogue in quite a while. The ability, of course, that was the original combo Rogue, where you Alex Straza Shadow Step, Alex Straza Tenwu, Alex Straza, that kind of nonsense. But that fell out of vogue quite a while ago, and it is a Libram Paladin. That's a Libram of Hope right there, an Aldor Attendant.
Yeah, I told you. I think it's a surprisingly good pick here.
And it looks like Two Fly bringing in the Rogue. Oh, I saw a Shroud of Concealment and some poisons. So it's going to be Poison Rogue against Libram Paladin.
All right.
City Tax in hand. That is cool. The new 2-mana Soul Lash. Spirit Lash. Not going to have a lot of targets in this matchup, though, because the Poison Rogue, I think, plays only a single creature in the form of the Guild Trader, or does it even play that anymore? The +2 spell damage tradable critter.
Say again?
Does Poison Rogue play any creatures, and if it is it still just Guild Trader?
Oh, I'm not sure. I think Guild Trader's definitely played. Prize Plunder maybe sometimes, I think, can make its way in there as well.
And it just an extremely limited creature pool for this City Tax to potentially hit. So Mojo Pal might actually be using it to try to, as an emergency, heal themselves with their own creatures potentially, or something really nutty. But it's time to power up this Shank for Two Fly.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, has the Deadly Poison on top of the Silverleaf. You couldn't ask for a better start there. Able to keep cycling cards and increase that durability. I mean, who knows? This Paladin maybe could be running the Snake for whatever reason, but might just see, just going to trade the City Tax, look for something else. Does not hit another minion, which I think is really what we were looking for with the Bannerman play.
That's quite a good pickup in the Righteous Protector. That can absorb a lot of... That can really slow a game down when it's a weapon rogue specifically. And it looks like Sinister Strikes and SI7 Extortions coming into are available to 2-fly in the deck, and because I think interesting. Actually, going to go ahead and rip the Secret Passage this turn. Forget everything I was going to say. Secret Passage this turn. Let's do it. There's the Guild Trader.
Yep. Yeah. Extortion just dumping that out of the hands.
The size of the creatures is going to become
trading it in. Interesting. I'm surprised by that, but I guess under enough pressure, double Cloak of Shadows in the deck, as we saw there. Something you want to look for in these matchups. But this taunt is going to be a massive one, and I don't think there's any bounce mechanics in this rogue deck usually, unless they're running something I don't know about recently.
No, I don't think so. Maybe there's a copy of Royal Librarian, but that would be atypical and a tech choice that I've not seen before. Wow, and no paralytic poisons available either. So because you can chop through big taunts, but as the rogue, you really want to have your paralytic poison available so you don't take that reciprocal damage.
This Guild Trader is just like, I want to be in the hand. Stop dumping me. Keep me. Oh, Coerce. We're running Coerce, of course.
Oh, Coerce. Perfect.
That's a fantastic option for this, but going to have to hold back on the swing. We're running Garrote as well. Going to just rip that for damage right now, it looks like.
Oh, interesting. Going to go ahead and play out the Garrote. I am a little surprised to see that. I was kind of expecting that to be potentially a big finisher at the end once, you're talking about the big taunts and the big healing, Libram of Hope, of course, the top end of this list. I was kind of expecting there to potentially be a big Garrote turn, but 2-fly going to go ahead and set up the bleeds without the spell damage. Big combo at the end. Gosh, Divine Shields are so good right now, just in a general sense.
And with all these Librams as well, just making it even more frustrating to deal with. Does have the self-sharpening swords available to start, pushing a little bit, but with all of those Librams already played, how many actually have we played? I think 5 this game, so the Liadrin would give 5 back in the hand, so there's potential extra 5 damage here.
Yeah, and I don't know. I feel like, and I don't remember exactly if it's still the case, but I feel like a single Coerce is the normal number of Coerces in Poison Rogue, and so if that's still the case, you can just stack up this taunt with all those Librams you're talking about. Just really make this taunt difficult to get through.
Yeah, and I don't think you mind either way, right? Unless they're running Silence, like you said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Those Librams, you can just put them on the next thing that's in the way. But actually not going to just keep buffing up this taunt here. Going to spread out the wealth a little bit, but does find the devout people, and I think that is going to be game 2 going over to Mojo Pal, I would have to guess. Unless, of course, there is that big Silence in the deck. We haven't seen it yet, though, and would have to be a miraculous turn here, and that's not going to do it. We'll see. Maybe the Guild Trader gets tossed to try to find something. I don't know. Maybe just conceal for a turn and try to build this weapon.
Yeah, it definitely seems like this is fish for your ice blocks, because otherwise you are super no double backs. He's mega dead.
Bleeds,
there are some bleeds, though.
Ooh, Paralytic Poison is not going to be it, and I don't think there's a way to get the Cutting class played and the Cloak, unfortunately, even with all these poisons going in. Is there?
Oh, gonna go ahead and just use the hero power, but
yeah, this is just not. You don't have enough mana, unfortunately, to play it. I guess
this has to hit a prep.
Yeah, prep and the Cloak of Shadows. There is the Cloak, but no prep to go along with it. I guess that was the look. And Paralytic Poison just coming a little too late for the Rogue, and that means the Paladin gets a win here. I told you it could be Libram Paladin, and we saw.
Yeah,
I mean, especially Poison Rogue, that is not easy to get through. And making the right call, because Quest Rogue, I think, would have been okay, potentially, and then same with that Garrote Rogue can get there sometimes as well. So making a good read and getting that win there.
And the Weapon Rogue has just an incredible susceptibility to very specific, divine shields, right? Like it's just hard to get through divine shields or taunts with big stats. But it looks like Mojo Powell is going to bust the Druid back out, and Two Fly going to switch over to the Hunter for game 3. It is now a best of 3 between these two players. Druid versus Hunter. And, we're seeing some of the usual suspects in Hunter's hand, Aimed Shot, Intrepid Initiate. So this looks like the Face Hunter that I'm sure folks have become somewhat familiar with. And, actually playing Peasants and Vibrant Squirrels. Peasant is one that I thought would never see play in a deck. I will admit it. I was totally wrong.
Yeah.
I did not think Peasant had that it factor, but
turns out, especially if you go first and you can just drop that and get an extra card most of the time. Oh, here comes those mules again to really muck things up potentially here. But looks like we're actually just going for the Peasant, coin the Squirrel just to fight for the board. I think this one often comes down to if that Druid's able to get on the board quickly and the Hunter can't answer. Not as powerful on the board there as the Druid. The Druid can run away with it. So we'll see if that does happen here. But Face Hunter maybe try to deal that damage early enough. Gonna go for just playing this Volpertinger to fight for the board, it looks like, and I think that would signal probably a trade into this Peasant, and that is exactly what we see.
It's interesting how Hunter, it seems like the new Face Hunter, sort of in the traditional, going back to the beginning of Hearthstone, is actually the Shadow Priest. The Shadow Priest is the kind of speed that my classic Face Hunter vibes. And it seems like this can transition into a spell game plan a little bit deeper into the game with the extra draw off of Barak Kodobane, Mancrix and stuff. It's able to go over the top a little bit more than previous Face Hunters. Not previous Face Hunters like weeks, but previous Face Hunters like months ago. And so the Druid, if the Druid is able to stabilize on the board with a big enough life total, but if Druid might hit a problem if they stabilize, but they're down to like 10 health, they might end up just getting burned out. Quick shots, piercing shots. Hunters are more than happy to play out a Volpertinger and then piercing shot their own Volpertinger to burn you out over the top. But right now, or I need to respectate, don't I? I think a pack mule came down.
I had same issue. I was like, wait a second. It looks like Mancrick is coming down here, though. From what I could see before it backed out. Oh boy, they got to fix that. I mean, it's messing up their end too when they see that come down. It just seems like GM has shifted away from the taunt druids a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. And oh my gosh, there was a big turn whilst I was away. Oracle of Elune has come down.
Yes. Oh boy. And that is exactly what the Druid can do that the Hunter has a tough time dealing with. Too many of these taunts and no way to get through to the Oracle of Elune. And that means it's going to be able to keep churning out minions here.
Gosh, Renling's Rifle is a good card.
Explosive Trap could really swing this back around potentially. Finds the Explosive Trap, immediately grabbed it. Gonna remove as many Divine Shields. This is gonna obviously telegraph what we got here, but so I would be surprised to see some trades here from Mojo Powell in trading off the 2 health minion and the 2/1 and the one of the 1/2s into this 3/3 before we attack. Okay, maybe not. We're just saying I don't care. I've got this Panther I want to get active anyway. Maybe.
Yeah, and still going to be able to protect that Oracle of Elune you were talking about.
Nope, we are going for the Teacher's Pet instead, so not even going that route. And then trading into this anyway, so I think strictly just a little bit of a misplay there. Mojo Powell could have gotten the trade in before the explosive. Did not make the read, unfortunately, and that does mean that Two Fly has a chance here to come back. The Druid running out of options. That play there just to summon a 1/1. I'm not...
Interesting, and actually gets offered another explosive trap.
Yeah, so gonna go ahead and grab that, and I think that means his quick shot. Actually just gonna go in just to remove the potential for another board swing with the Loon. Could have set up for that nice explosive to clear off the Teacher's Pet, but instead just gonna go this direction. Ooh, Truant Crescent was a potential option for some trades as well, but gonna instead go for the aim shot just for more face damage potential and some way to get through this teacher's pet.
And Two Fly needs some. I mean, obviously we saw the cycle on the quick shot. It's good to be able to cycle that, of course. But really looking for that Kodo Bane draw here to find some more resources and try to find the last push. No, hey, okay, well.
Wow. Well, speak of the devil.
Yep.
And that might just swing things. I think Mojo Pal not really playing around the secrets very well here and taking the most damage possible. There is the Elec. Let's see if it does find the Olgra, and it does.
Should, yeah. I think both aimed shots have come and gone this game. I think one of them happened while we were down.
Oh yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
So that's a 3-7, and Mojo Powell is down to exactly one teacher's pet, which is going to be a little bit susceptible to that Warsong Wrangler buffed Rhino that I imagine is in Two Fly's future.
I have to think this is just dump your hand here, unless we're just going to hero power to clear off the 1/1. I don't know if that's going to be good enough. Just have to keep fighting for this board here as the Druid. Oracle Balloon, obviously you want to protect it. But as long as you... this on board right now, the teacher's pet is protecting it, so does find that trampling Rhino. Could actually Warsong Wrangler into it. Is that, or do we have enough damage just getting through it here with this? Pushing 1 damage there. We've got 7 on the board, plus 4 in the hand. That's 11, plus the quick shot. No, that was lethal.
Oh, that was lethal damage. Oh, and
that
there's
was
a Scorpion
right?
now.
That was 6. That was 7 on board, plus the 4 damage hero power, plus quick shot. Was 11, 14. That was exact lethal in the hand. Unfortunately, Two Fly does miss it here. Think it's still just gonna actually trade into this here, and I think strictly that must have been the wrong order, right?
Interesting.
But that's okay. I think still in a commanding position here for Two Fly. Druid just not able to find those big swings. Gonna be able to clear off the 5-1 here without taking the damage at least.
And interesting. I mean, Two Fly is going to be able to Warsong Wrangler for the other Rhino, and that'll be what, a 7 attack Rhino. So it'll be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage. Yeah. So this should be more than enough as well.
Should be it. And so misplays, it doesn't matter. Gets the win here. Oh no, we're 1 off. But I think still gonna be the win. I don't think there's one card in the Druid deck that can stop this.
Yeah, didn't have enough mana.
Not it.
That's right. I assumed 11 mana, which is not the case. Yeah, with 11 mana, you're able to do the. So, it looks like Druid a potential struggle point here for Mojo Pal, because it looks like, now Two Fly has 2 chances to win with this Rogue against a Druid that's struggled and a Warlock that we haven't seen yet. Meanwhile, this Rogue, of course, is the Poison Rogue that we saw struggle before. So this might come down to the 4th deck bring for both players.
Yeah, I think this is finally going to be the chance for the Druid to get through here. I think a really good matchup. A lot of taunts that you can put in the way, and not enough ways to deal with those taunts for the Rogue. You kind of got to sometimes be patient with some of your big board swings, but once you get there, they really have no way to get through all your threats.
And we finally see the early Razormane to potentially set up one of those boards. You would, oh no, it's definitely going to happen.
Oh, it's definitely happening. I mean, turn 2, it's happening, right? You play the Razormane into one of those. It's too good to not do here. So prepare for. I feel like Mojo Powell's been playing the worst one first every time too. So at least it's consistent, but does actually find a better taunt to put down with that bow to a brawler. I maybe would have considered holding off just to guarantee the Guardian Og Merchant, but in this case we see there's no answer. We do know that the deck is running those SI7 extortion, so that would have been a good answer to the Bone Churr Brawl. That's why maybe I would have leaned to the Pack Mule and follow up with the Brawler Og Merchant, because that's just so devastating into a deck like this. But does not find it, so not punished for that here.
Interesting? Just an early Garrote coming out from Two Fly to go ahead and set up potential bleed draws. There's no healing in this druid deck. You
Ooh.
you have to stay. You get the 1 health off your hero power, and that's about it. Oh, thank you so much, Mojo Power. Oh no! Oh, played the other way. Okay.
No, could play both, unfortunately, this turn.
Oh,
so
that's
they're
right.
both going down. Gonna have to respec.
Respect it here real
But
quick.
that's okay. I mean, a powerful turn, of course, and that is going to be tough for the Rogue to come back from. I mean, this is one of the toughest matchups, I think, for this Poison Rogue. So not too surprising.
And it looks like just an insurmountable board coming out, and 2 flies resources to try to deal with it. A self-sharpening sword with deadly poison, of course, makes the cutting classes very cheap, but is that another encumbered pack mule? How many pack mules?
Yeah, that's the last one. I managed to spectate right as that came down, so I think I'm good. Right after it came down.
And I mean, I feel like this game's just about over, except for the crying part, because there's a lot of taunts. So that 1 copy of Coerce is not going to be good enough. Paralytic Poison coming in.
That Paralytic Poison's really, really nice, I guess, but to get the immunity. But not going to even go for it here.
So this is a Cloak of Shadows turn.
Yeah, I mean, it was always Cloak of Shadows, but you could have fit in the Paralytic Poison to not take the damage there.
True.
Anyway, but that's fine. Could still do that poison here into the Cloak of Shadows. I mean, it's always going to end with Cloak of Shadows here. It's just a question of what else comes down. Maybe we're thinking there's a way to get through and Sinister Strike does it, but I think it's just going to be it. I mean, you have to find that other Cloak of Shadows next turn, and each of those turns, you need to be removing one of these minions and not taking damage, which we already just did, and it's just not enough turns to do that. And gonna go for the Sinister Strike, it looks like. So saying I don't care about taking damage to the face. I mean, this game is ultimately just about to be over. We see the Arbor up on the other side to really make this tough to get through, and there's just not enough turns here for 2 fly. This might just be a concede, especially if we don't see this Cloak of Shadows come off the top. And yeah, I would
have
to think.
Yeah, this self-sharpening sword doesn't have a Silverleaf Poison on it, does it? Nope, sure doesn't.
No, still not going to use that Paralytic Poison. So saying, I don't care if I take damage from these minions. Like, I just need... Oof.
Oh no, drawing bleeds.
Bleed, not what you want. And not enough damage in the hand. Going to look one more time here for the second Cloak. There is that Extortion, which could have been massive earlier. There's the Cloak finally. Not enough mana to do it. And this is going to be... I think just that maybe that's why we didn't play the Paralytic Poison. Wanted to find the lethal this way for 2 fly and does so. And we're going to game 5.
Hey, we're going to game 5, and this Rogue having a tough time. And so now we're going to get to see how this Rogue does against Warlock. And I have to assume that the Poison Rogue, that's got to be one of the reasons why you consider bringing Poison Rogue, right?
Absolutely.
Is that it does okay into Warlock. So.
Yes, that is absolutely why you bring it. It is very powerful into this Warlock. It just does not fight for the board fast enough, and you're not playing minions for them to heal off of. It's really, unless they're able to get through their deck super quickly and get those scavengers down. Even those scavengers you have in removal for like 2 taunts,
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, interesting. So the Spice Bread Baker in hand leads me to believe this is the hand version.
Yes.
It has Goldshire Gnolls and Flesh Giants and. Okay. Yep.
That would be my guess, and I think that's definitely the list that maybe you have a chance to get that win if there's, if the Rogue has a really slow start for whatever reason, and you're able to get those big Flesh Giants down and just win that way, especially if you're running things like the Battle Master as like a finisher. There it is.
Speak of the devil.
Speak of the devil, and this is the setup that you want. You just need to not take that much damage beforehand if you can.
The Shank is available early on for 2 fly, and it just needs to find some of those poisons you were talking about. I gotta say, Manadon, you and me are on fire for calling draws so far on this series.
Yeah, it's been pretty wild. Let's see, did we find any poisons here? Not able to find poisons. This Guild Trader just loves this hand. Absolutely needs to be here.
And I guess that's the only draw off Swindle. That's the only minion draw available for the Swindles over and over again.
I couldn't remember. Was there no prize plunders in this list? I couldn't remember.
I think it's just Guild Trader.
Just Guild Trader. Oh, you're right. So yeah, that's gonna always happen there.
But it is funny to just see this Guild Trader over and over again.
I love it.
What's up? All right, I'll leave. What's up again?
Oh,
All right.
welcome back. Why are we? I guess what? Yeah, it's interesting. I guess it lets you keep cycling by trading it, drawing, trading it again.
Yeah, and maybe at the end of a game you can Guild Trader, Sinister Strike, Garrot, something like that for a sort of over the top if you need just a little bit of a push. Wow. So this is going to be a shank with 2 silver leafs on it.
And this is another tech card that has a lot of effect in this matchup, especially like if you're getting it down early on and they do remove it. You can obviously raise dead it and just remove all of their weapons. That's a cheeky sort of potential win con if you're not able to cycle fast enough to drop these Baron Scavengers and the Bristlebacks. I like playing it here, especially with the raised dead available.
Yeah, both Silverleaf poisons are already
yeah.
gone as well, and a whole shank gone like that. I have to assume that this is one of the reasons you leave up Rogue is the ability to have this Viper.
Yeah, and look at that. It looked like swing into the Viper. No, okay. I was gonna say that would have been, I think, a little unnecessary. Tamsin coming into the hand does mean we can maybe get some wild heal turns. We have the Tamsin, the Drain Souls, the Touch, so can get some big heal swings as well and remove the Rust Rot. So it looks like Mojo Pal is saying, I'm not going to get to 10 cards this game before I need the heal, so I'm going to play the Bristleback as just a minion they have to deal with. If they don't have the SI, it's going to be a little bit trickier for them to deal with. They might have to swing into it. I'm cool with them wasting a swing into this thing and healing me for 3. And if they don't remove it, then I get to heal for 3 for multiple turns, and that's even better.
Yeah, and actually getting the multiple heal off of the, you kind of talked about the Battleground Battlemaster being able to potentially double up that heal. So all of a sudden it's healing you for 6, and the Battlemaster must be removed. And the tempo Bristleback might look strange, but you actually don't need the Battle Cry in every matchup. Just it's a threat on its own, and you can just really gum up the works. And it also procs your Flesh Giant since you get to heal.
Yeah, it looks like it might even prompt Coerce here, just saying, I do not want any heal on your side. Get that out of here. But we do have that Tamsin Drain Soul turn I was talking about. Could also just start with the Bread Baker and waiting another turn for it.
Yeah, I mean, Bread Baker heal for 9. That seems pretty all right. Baron Scavenger for 6.
Also
going
good.
to be the option. Not bad. Yeah, spoiled for choice is Mojo Powell right now.
Yeah, you did just see the Coerce come down on a 3/3, so dealing with a 6/6 minion is going to be a little bit harder than that. Going to have to find some poison. Still not able to do that, but that SI7 Extortion going to allow for this removal, but does mean that one of those swings is going to a minion as well.
Every time that happens when you're the Warlock. Warlock down to 16, but, you mentioned Tamsin Double Drain Soul, the Spice Bread Baker's Available Touch of the Nathrezim. Kind of awkward since Two Fly's not going to play any creatures, but if you have to, you can Nathrezim your own creatures if you really need to heal.
Oh, absolutely, and I think a lot of times in a matchup like this, that's exactly what you're doing. You just want the most heal as possible. Wouldn't be surprised to see the Spice Bread Baker come down next turn and then wait one more turn for that Tamsin shenanigans. But
gosh.
just saying, you know what? I'm just gonna play a Scavenger after a Scavenger. I saw how much trouble you had last turn with it. Let's see what you do this turn. Able to find a way through with that Deadly Poison, but a little awkward in the Self-Sharpening Sword. It's gonna disappear here. Paralytic Poison. I guess we're scared of dying. If we do tank this, Battlegrounds Battlemaster on the Rustdraft Viper is just lethal.
Yeah, that's right. In this particular version of Warlock, every time you see a board, you have to double the attack of 2 creatures. Yeah, because of that Battlemaster you're just referring to. Gosh, the Self-Sharpening Sword. So we see Two Fly running the 2 Shanks, 2 Self-Sharpening Swords version. There's some who opt for just the 1 Self-Sharpening Sword, but actually interesting.
So wants to juice up another one and just not tank the damage, and gonna have to use the Wicked Stab to finish it off. Just saying, I want as many swings as possible on this. I'm surprised we didn't see us buffing up this Shank, honestly, because then you have the durability to last those. But maybe you're saying, I just need to end this in a couple turns, and hopefully the Self-Sharpening Sword can do it, hitting 5 into 6 into 7, and maybe more if we're able to get some more of those poisons. We still have another Deadly Poison, another Paralytic Poison. in the deck.
Oh, and here we go. We're actually going to get to see not only Touch of the Nathrazim on the Spice Bread Baker, but then Raise Dead to bring back the Spice Bread Baker and the Bloodshard Bristleback, because those are the only two creatures that have died. And why not 3-mana Flesh Giant?
Yeah.
This is 22 damage showing with the,
Yeah,
or 22 damage represented.
It's going to have to be a Cloak of Shadows turn here for 2-fly to have a chance. And I think you're just going to have to swing face along with it. So you gotta attack first if you're gonna attack. That's a little bit unfortunate. I think that might actually be a potential game costing situation, because if you're able to cycle the rest of your deck, you have the Garrots, you have some more of these poisons and everything. There's that second cloak, so it has one more turn potentially in the future if we can find it. But I think not attacking first was a little unfortunate. Are we gonna attack?
No, we can't.
We can't. We're
We
dead
can't
if we
attack
do.
him. We
So
100% die.
we'll see if this is maybe an interaction 2-fly is not aware of, or no, it looks like we did not attack. So a little bit of a misplay, I think, really wanting to swing first to set up a potential lethal. They're still not at 10 cards, so the Bristleback can't get that value. Looks like they're willing to take some more damage here as well.
Spice bread again. More bread.
Yeah,
it does like
bread
Brand Scavengers. Yeah.
does mean we're back healing up, and it looks like considering the Tamsin into the Drain Soul here just to get another Baker in the pool. Did that before the Raise Dead, but does get the Flesh Giant down, and
jeez.
this time I think it wasn't gonna be able to find enough damage, I think. So that is gonna be the game potential. Let's see. Do we find the cloak though? So we're still in it. Does swing this time first. And probably gonna see the Garrote come down. Cloak of Shadows, maybe hold on to the Wicked Stab because you get an extra damage next turn with it. Nope.
Okay, actually gonna remove Tamsin, little Tamsin this turn.
Okay.
Boy, really feeling the lack of Silverleaf poisons, right? I mean, that Rush Rat Viper coming down early on and siphoning off both Silverleafs has really stymied the draw for 2-fly.
Yeah, and with that taunt in the way, I think that might just seal it here. And gonna just heal up an extra 4 just to guarantee it. No more Cloak of Shadows, and I think Mojo Powell is gonna walk away with this one. I don't think there's anything in the deck this Guild Trader can get here.
Yeah, something else that can be cycled. It's
Yeah, and we're back to the Guild Trader. Is this just gonna go on for the rest of the turn?
Hey, found a bleed.
Found a bleed. That's and we're going again.
What is happening? I guess there's only 7 cards in the deck. And...
yeah, and how many are bleeds? 5 are bleeds. Are those the 4 are bleeds? So there's one other card besides those 2, I believe, in the deck. Besides the Extortion and the.
Okay, I guess this Deadly Poison gonna come down.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think the rest of the cards are those 2 tradable cards here, and 3 bleeds, but it's just not going to be enough. And that is going to be the win for Mojo Powell, and a big one at that I think is going to secure the week for the Wild Warriors at the top of the Silver Conference there. Redfish putting up actually a very good fight there. After a 0-4-1 season, definitely needing to make a showing, almost able to secure one here. But unfortunately, with that win going to Mojo Powell, that does mean Wild Warriors are up 14-9. So no way for Karate Dom to take down Turtle for that win for that final game of the series. But still, those points are very, very crucial. We'll see if they're able to do that.
Yeah, and it looks, these have been really close series between these two teams, Wallet Warriors and Redfish, going to Game 5, 3 out of 4 times so far, and to like you said, just grabbing points are really important for both teams. But it looks like Wallet Warriors' very own Mojo Powell here, after that 5-game series, getting the win for the team. Mojo Powell, welcome, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
That was an intense series, and it seems like it felt like, at least from the spectator standpoint, it really came down to sort of the, I don't know if it'd be fair to say the 4th deck kind of brings, but the Poison Rogue versus the Taunt Druid seemed to be the point of tension. Would you say that? Is that fair to say? How did it feel in your chair?
Yeah, it absolutely did feel like that. Taunt Druid was underperformed for me today, and I will say I was not incredibly happy with my Taunt Druid play in the first couple of games, but it got there in the end. I think it was I stand by the bring. I think it was a good bring. I think it's better into his classes than any other druid deck would have been, but it had a rough go of it, that's for sure.
And actually, I was struck. So the first series this evening was actually two players who brought identical lineups, whereas you and Two Fly brought totally different lineups, not a single class in common. Is that what you expected, or is that what did you expect to see coming into this week?
Yeah, this was kind of the goal. Big shout out to Nice Jewish Owl, my team captain, for help with the lineup. But we talked a bit about it. We sort of expected aggression. And I believe he brought the same exact. I believe Two Fly brought the same exact decks that he brought last week,
Mm-hmm.
which is really helpful. And we sort of planned for that. We tried to bring good classes that were especially good into the ones he seems comfortable on, and that was happened to be exactly the way it panned out. So
Yeah. Yeah, tell us a little bit about the. Obviously, don't give away any trade secrets or anything, but I'm definitely interested in the Libram Paladin bring in particular. What?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the Jewish Owl special right now.
Yeah.
He gave me that list. I know he's been slamming it on ladder a lot, and I played it on ladder too. It's actually really good. It's just a really good deck, and it's amazing into Face Hunter, into Poison Rogue. Like there's just absolutely no counterplay, nothing they can do. I didn't even find like a single point of healing that game.
True.
And I didn't need it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
just sort of killed him.
Yeah,
So
that's right. Because
I
you.
really like the deck, and I really like the deck in the 5 seed. I think if you could play it in the 5 seed, there's a lot more aggression
Mhm.
here, and I think
Mhm.
it's more likely to find good targets.
That's right. Because I think we saw Libram of Hope in the Mulligan. Of course, you don't keep that.
Mhm.
And then I remember when you drew the Devout Pupil, I made a involuntary noise. It's like 0 mana 4/5
Yeah.
top divine shield.
Oh, it's just so disgusting. And like, I mean, I assume he has 2 coerce. I think I only ever saw 1. I assume there was 2. But aside from that, there's just nothing that kills a devout pupil. So
Sorry, Minodon. I think I stepped on you with the. I had to talk about my involuntary noise making.
Oh. Yeah, I've forgotten at this point. That's okay, but yeah, I mean, definitely some interesting directions there. I definitely was happy to see the Libram Paladin, sort of something I pseudo predicted early on. But yeah, the Druid, a little difficult. Did you expect that Shaman ban? I know that used to be more of a popular one. I think has faded a little bit in more favor of that Priest ban, but with no Priest on your side, not surprising with that. Especially if they thought they had a good lineup for that Warlock.
yeah, I think the warlock was definitely the target. I think I won a 90%
Yeah.
loss match at the end there, so that was really scary. But yeah, the Shaman ban was not uh super surprising. Most of his decks, other than Poison Rogue, most of his decks just like lose to Perpetual Flame. And
Yeah.
even the Poison Rogue loses to well-timed Canal Slogger.
Hmm.
So I was sort of expecting a Shaman ban. I could have also seen a Druid ban. I think my Druid, no matter how shaky it was like really favored in all of its matchups. But yeah, Shaman was pretty expected.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
Druid
absolutely.
versus Hunter game in particular, that was a tense game all the way through.
Yeah, it really was. I like. Ugh, I tried to play around Rhino, and I committed to a huge board with Priestess of Elune, I think it is. The turn that he
Hmm.
drew Renling's rifle and got explosive
Yeah, the
trap, explosive trap.
explosive. Yeah. Yeah, I
Um,
think there were a couple of explosive traps that maybe you could have played around a little bit better there, but ended
yeah,
up being okay in the end, getting the win with the Druid eventually.
yeah, and it sort of steamrolled the game that it won.
Hmm.
And, oh yeah, and that was the game where you were able to, because the Druid did not want to give you that bristleback. There's
Yeah.
not the bristleback. What's the name of the one that discounts your taunts? You drew it. The
Yeah,
deck gave it to you so infrequently that I can't remember what it's called anymore.
I finally got it.
Yeah.
I popped off. I had like 20 minions. was great.
Yeah.
Great
Also,
game.
let me
That's
ask you:
that's
were
what's
you
the most
intentionally
bad.
playing
No, I
the
totally
donkey
forgot.
that messes everything up first every
I
time?
totally forgot.
It's totally
And then I
fine.
would see you guys like drop the spectate, and I was like, oh crap. But I did play an unusually large amount of pack mules.
Yeah, there were so
I
many
think I
mules
played
coming
like
down.
4 mules in like 2 of those games.
Yeah, that's okay. Definitely better to play the correct line than worry about little things like that when you're focused on your game. But yeah, congratulations once again. I mean, I think we have a little bit of time here before Battlegrounds. I do need to head out and get ready for that myself at some point. But we have a couple minutes. Is there anything else you're thinking of the match or just the future? Your team looking really good so far this season. I mean, you with a fantastic season so far. Anything you want to say to your team, your opponents, or just to anyone out there?
Yeah, thank you. Huge shout out to Two Fly for coming on and doing this with me, playing on stream. And a great match, a really, really close match. And then just a huge shout out to my team. They've been so positive and so awesome this season. I don't think we've gotten swept in a single seed yet this season. Which is sort of the game plan, right? Just like if we keep getting points, I don't know where we're at in the standings as of this week, but I know we're pretty far up there. So I'm feeling really good about it, and they helped me a lot with prep this week too, and I felt good about it. I'm hoping I can continue out the season with only wins. I know there's a couple other people who are also 6-0 now. And I'm hoping that they start losing so I can be the only one, but I doubt that's gonna
Wow.
happen. But yeah, just a huge shout out to my team. Thank you for you guys for running this stream. Yeah, thanks so much.
Yeah, congratulations once again. And yeah, Wallet Warriors, I'm doing just a quick look through. This is an extra 4 points, bring you to 14. And that is putting you definitely in strong position. Coming into this week, it looks like first place potentially
Yeah.
in Silver Conference. Am I right about that?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I mean, first place to start the week, and right now tied with the second place team in points for the week, and both teams still have one match to play. So, could still swing it for them to maybe catch up a little bit, but for now, looking to still be in that top position.
Yeah, we brought in a ringer. We got Turtle.
Oh
in the
yeah,
1 seed this week. Should be good.
Excellent. Well, hey, good luck for the rest of your matches. Thanks so much for coming by and hanging out with us. Thanks for stopping by to let us know what you think about stuff. And good enjoy. You've earned a break. Nice work.
Thank you guys so much. Good luck with the Battlegrounds.
thank you.
So yeah, do you have a strategy, Myanodon? Because you're playing here in just a minute, are you?
Wow. I really should have practiced more this week, to be honest. But if beasts are in, that's what you do, right? So that's what I'm gonna do. If beasts are in, you just play beasts. If at least until those nerfs do hit, that seems to be the strategy. If demons are in, you can go demons. Those are really the two big ones. And otherwise, you're like maybe mechs sometimes, maybe dragons sometimes. You find the right stuff, but yeah, hopefully we get 2 beastless games. But if we get the beast, yeah, I mean that's what I'm going. I'm gonna say it right now. If anyone's
There it
watching,
is. You heard it here first. Yeah, I
unless
don't.
there's
Beast.
something crazy that happens, it's too good.
So looking at this, so it's the green lobby. So you're going to be up against Sazuru, Fire Emblem Z, Brushy Tuna, Blue Jay, Phoenix, Dr. Fish, and Terpsy.
Yeah.
That is, I don't know how much I can talk to you without giving anything away. So obviously, don't answer any questions that you
I mean,
don't
it's
want to.
all
But
what you find, right? How much can you give away?
yeah, but the what is the for folks who have maybe fallen out of Battlegrounds a little bit? Like, what is it? There was a while there where it was, level up on 2, or like, you tavern up on 2. It was sort of a tempo game, pick the best stats. Is that still the case, or what's the?
I think that's still always a good strategy. I mean, there's certain minions that you can kind of, if you find them early, it's changed in that way where there's more sort of direction earlier. with leapfroggers and with the doomsayers, like you get that direction a lot earlier for your game plan than like tier 5, tier 6.
Mhm.
So that changes some things. But if you're not finding that, or that's not in your game, sometimes you still need to tavern up. But I think tier 3 and 4 have gotten a lot stronger than they used to. So some people stick around those a little bit longer than before as far as leveling. But either strategies work. It depends on your hero. It depends on the lobby. What different tribes there are. It's just it's so different every single game. You can't really say this is the one thing you can do.
Right.
Uh,
And so, what heroes are just unplayable at this point, or if any? Are there any heroes that you just when
there's
you see them?
probably people that would play anything. There's definitely heroes I shy away from. As far as like if they're given as an option, I'm not like too keen on. But usually within the 2 or 4 options you have, there's usually at least one playable. Depending on the lobby. Even like some of the more fringe ones that kind of weren't as good, that you kind of force those directions early, sometimes can still work out if you have the right strategy, and because you can force things a lot earlier than you used to. If you pick the right tribe, it can work out.
And the obviously the most recent tribal edition is the Quillbore, and I noticed you didn't ever say Quillbore, and you're talking about demons
No, they
and
used
beasts.
to be really
So-
strong before this most recent updates. But we'll see. They're getting some changes, I've heard, for the next updates, so maybe they'll come back into somewhat of a strong build. I mean, they can still get some top 4s, and I don't see them win lobbies as much unless you really spike early. They're just scaling isn't as good as some of the other builds late game.
yeah, and they have to. It seems like they have to. Sometimes you have to awkwardly work around the blood shard mechanic to really get maximum value out of the Quillbores, and all it takes is your Wind Fury guy, I forget his name, to just hit a poisonous, and all of a sudden you don't get any blood shards between, and then you're not activating all your synergies. And it seems like a character class or a creature type that is prone to tripping over its own feet, and there's not a whole lot of you can do about it sometimes. Uh, Looking at this particular lobby, so you're coming into this with 47 points. How are you feeling? So that puts you in fourth place, like you like
I feel
striking
like I'm
distance.
about average, so that seems fair. I only recently started playing BGs, so I'm pretty happy with my results overall. I've had some bad games, but I had some really good ones, so just need to kind of average that out. And I mean, I'm close to a lot of my team who I think are much better than me, so that's nice. There's definitely people that are way out ahead, that are spiking lobbies every week, but overall, I think we're contenders. We might be able to make playoffs, which is exactly what we're hoping for. If we can make playoffs, and there's always a chance to spike lobbies, and it's and that's it, and you can win that way.
And so how much so it's you and Brushy Tuna, or maybe not Brushy Tuna, but just looking at the graphics here. Is there any kind of teamwork that you can do? Like, can you
Yeah,
try
I
to
mean,
help each other with
there's
builds?
definitely there's definitely strategy. I mean, obviously you're in a call, so you can always ask for tips or ideas if you're not sure what to buy in a certain shop. But the big thing, I think the strategy with teammates is when you face each other. A lot of times you can take that opportunity to level. You try to tie those matchups so you don't take damage. Doesn't always work out. It's sometimes hard to predict those, but at least you're trying to support your teammate, and that's sometimes these lobbies come down to who you face, and if you're able to face your teammate a bunch more times, sometimes that gives you an advantage as well, just because as long as you're paying attention. Sometimes people aren't paying attention, you're just kind of playing out, and you don't have time, and then you end up hitting your teammate for 15, and you feel bad about it. But uh, usually you should be paying attention and trying to play around that, and consider those opportunities where you're playing your teammate, as lucky, and allow you to kind of push other ways. You can take that opportunity to level when maybe you couldn't have before because you would have taken so much damage, and you push advantages that way.
Yeah, and it can give you a chance to stock up on resources, right? Like you can go for risky triples potentially. Like you
Exactly.
can refresh more. If you, for example, just don't have the gold to level up or something like that. Especially if you're able, like you're saying, if you're able to face your teammate and the other 6 players in the lobby end up having to fight each other, you can really leverage. It seems like you could potentially leverage that sort of macroeconomic advantage into stronger creatures, faster, more triples and stuff like that.
See, you know what needs to
Absolutely.
be in there is Guild Trader.
That's
Guild
right.
You've seen enough of Guild Trader today.
Yeah, my microphone is not behaving so much, so hopefully you're not getting too much feedback. I'm using my headset one, which is the weaker of the two. But
You sound great. You sound handsome.
I sound adequate. Yeah. But yeah, so my end on, I just wanted to say thanks for filling in the gap there for Steffi, and waiting for Steffi to jump online to kind of do the BGs thing, and Dollar Bills, you're welcome to stick around too, and she's super knowledgeable if you want to co-cast if you got time for that.
Unfortunately, I have to split.
Okay, no worries.
But yeah, but I mean,
Make it like a banana.
I've been making like a tree and getting out of here.
And leafing. Yeah.
Yeah. But I did take notes on everything Minodon said, and I'm gonna maybe fire my. It's been so long since I played Battlegrounds that I think my score is currently 0.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, it reset recently. 0. You're in good company. I wouldn't worry about that.
I could tell you what
Just have some
I'm resetting to right now, which is I think 245. I think that's where I am.
Yeah, I haven't played that much either. I'm at like 4K, which is low for where I've been. But Steffi is here. I think I should talk to my team here now. But enjoy the casting. Don't make fun of me too much.
I got you.
There'll be all kinds of cursing and swearing, like what the f my Anna done. Misplay.
Yeah. just say everything I do is perfect, and don't worry about it.
You can't do anything wrong. You're a Libra.
Have fun.
There you go.
That's right.
Good luck, my Anna.
I'll see you later.
Thanks again,
Bye.
Dollar Bills, for helping out tonight. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, thank you, Internet. I'll catch y'all later.
Wow, I just got my microphone back, Steffi, so just in time.
Oh my goodness. It's like it knew that I was coming and that we needed to have our moment.
That's right.
Our weekly Sunday moment.
Yep. So, we are just, I put a feeler out to the group to see if anybody wanted to be on cams, but I don't have any bites just yet.
You know, I completely forgot last week that there was cameras, and I was literally posted up with my chips and my sweatpants. I was like, no, not today.
Steffi in comfy mode. So yeah, doing BGs. doing some things. So
it worked in my favor this week.
It did.
So we take those.
Riot's, Ryu and Riot's having a good old time there.
We're out there looking for that golden ticket. That's what we were doing, because there was no gas coilers. There was no Beast the second game. So we couldn't have a gas coiler battle, and they took boat from us. Yeah,
so Cord and I were saying, is there boats left? No, there's no boats left. Okay, we're dumb. So it's
like, what's left? It was hard. Like, originally I was just playing, and then all of a sudden Kyle Riots was like, he's like, I'm selling my whole board. I'm like, what are you doing? Why would you do that? He's like, this is what we're gonna do. And I'm like, it would have been a good battle, because I was Poison Murlocs and he was Big Dragons. It would have been close.
Yeah.
But so I don't think he had Nadina. So I think I might have been slightly favored, but it would have been close. But and then I was like, okay, I will. And then I got the golden Marazon, so I won.
Yeah.
That was the rules.
It worked out in your favor.
It's
so
a good rule.
So Steffi with a 1-2. So just to rehash what happened last Friday was Green Lobby had Steffi taking second spot in Lobby 1, and then first spot in Lobby 2 with 18 points. Riots with a finish of fourth place, and second place with 14 points. Yachtster with third and a seventh, 9.5 points. Rice Bowl at sixth, 8 points. Jammies with 8 and 3.
So that's a mistake.
That's
Jamie's got first. Yeah, Jamie's got first that round.
Oh. Yeah, that's right.
He did not get 8th. Yeah, he got first place that round. So he should have 8. He should have 18 points like me.
I think he just wanted to be 8th because it's donned 8th. So
I understand the appeal.
he's trying to maximize his non-point total. That's what he's trying to do. So yeah, so you got first and third. So and so I gave him, like you said, how many points would that
points.
be? Would be
That'd
18?
be 18. Yeah.
So 10. Yeah. Okay. So third is how many points? 6.
Well, third, actually, no, I lied. He'll be
16?
16 points. Oh, I forgot I was factoring in the 8th place. 17 points.
Oh.
Yeah, because first place you get 10, second place you get 8, third place you get 7. So he would be at 17 points.
Yeah, Jammies, if you didn't mess it up, we wouldn't be guessing. So
we did not sign up for math class at 8:51 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Jammies.
You're right. So okay, so then we got Sharkbait at 8 and 5 at 6 points, Ligor with 7 and 6, 5.5, and then Donde doing the three-way tie at 5 and 8 for 4 points. And if you want to go over the Blue Lobby on Friday night, you can. Sure. ABC and Darkside were the 2 no-shows, so.
Yeah, unfortunately, I did see in Discord that Darkside didn't realize he was Friday. I think he thought he was a Sunday player. So it happens.
It does, yep.
You know, it's so easy when we're in front of the computer that, like, you know, we all have lives outside of here. So that definitely happens. It is. I will make a side comment though. It is unfortunate because their team has been doing really well. They're the Daryl and Flurgle only fans, and they were third. But I think unfortunately that hit really knocked them down a couple. So next week they got to be on their A game. But so for first place we had Damon with a second and then a first, getting 18 points. We had your Mumcat taking first and sixth for 13 points. We had Lol Ninko getting a double third place, so for the first and second lobby, landing him 12.7 points. There was a tie there in the second lobby. We have Turtle with fifth place and second place, getting 12 points. Wash in the Wind, fourth, and then fifth place with 11.7, because you know how those ties work.
Mm-hmm.
They give us the, they break it down. And then Reverb with the sixth and the fourth place, getting 8.7 points. So definitely not bad. I feel like a lot of, the performers that typically have been performing, they definitely showed up this week. And I'm excited to see what happens tonight and how that continues, because I'm not going to lie, I feel like, it's still a really close race. So I have the standings up right now.
Okay.
Crafty Monkeys is sitting at 292.1 points. So they are still quite ahead. However, Risky Refresh is sitting at 265.6. So there is a 30-point difference between the first and second place. But then if we look at this third, fourth, and fifth place, you have Concede Your Match at 216.2 points. That's almost a 50-point difference going from second to third, and an 80-point difference from first to third. So I'm not saying if I did the math, I could. I don't have the time to do the math, but I'm almost very confident in saying that Crafty Monkeys and Risky Refresh have kind of locked in their ticket to the playoffs, because we only have one more week after this week.
That's right.
However, though, right now we have Concede Your Match, like I said, at 216.2. And then it says that Don Daith is 205.5, but the points were messed up. So they're actually about 214.5 points, which actually would still leave them at fifth, because Daryl and Flurgle only fans have exactly 215 points. Even after taking that hit of the two players, unfortunately, not being there. But third, fourth, and fifth are just half a point difference from each other once we get that Don Eighth updated. So I'm excited to see what happens tonight, to see how that changes even more. And then in sixth place, we have Inaris Virtuosos at 198.9 points. Team Phantom Force sitting at 197.1. And then Friends of Bob at 191.2. So still very respectable. I think this third and fourth spot, though, could still technically be anybody's game. It's going to be a lot of scrappling, if you will. There's going to be a lot of, now's the time. The rest of this week and next week is the time to shine. So I'm excited to see what happens. We're going to have fun. I'm excited.
We got to have fun.
I mean, there's no point.
Exactly.
We better have fun. We are not here to be bored. We will make the fun if it doesn't exist.
We are entertainers at heart.
That's all we know.
So, all right. So we're pretty close to match time. Just haven't seen any activity in the lobby
In
just
the
yet.
lobby yet?
But
Oh, that's true. So we have, let's see, Suzuru is our lobby leader for the evening.
Yep.
Right when you said it, of course, Brushy made a comment.
Brushy is always commenting.
Are we surprised?
No.
Love you, Brushy. But are we surprised? That's my boy.
Brushy's
Can always rely on him.
Oh, look at him. All right. Okay. Is ready to beat me in BGs is the quick heads up there from Brushy Tuna, who is what place he's in. 53
He's
points.
sitting at 53 points right now, so he's third in his lobby. Very respectable. Very respectable for sure. Him and Myanodon are pretty close in points.
Yeah.
Again, they've all been consistently performing. That's why they're like teetering that third, fourth place mark. Which is definitely something to acknowledge. There's only a few players right now sitting in the 80 and 70 point range, but it seems like the average is falling more towards in the 50s. I would say a lot of 40s and 50s. So
yep.
that's
We're
definitely
seeing some. The highest one is Damon there with the blue lobby with 80 points. I think is the highest. Yeah.
Right now,
no, Riot's with 82. My bad.
my boy. Yep. So we got Riots with 82.5. At least this. I mean, obviously this will change those at home after this week. But
exactly.
Just taking a peek of what's been documented thus far. If I was going to quickly kind of peep some of like the shout out players, if you will, for their overall performance. So we have Riots with 82.5. We have Damon with 80.3. And then we have a lot of players. Well, not a lot, a handful of players that have those in the 70s. So we have myself, Steffi with 77.3. We have Yaster with 74.3. We have Lolninka with 74.2. Turtle with 72.5. And Canoe with 73.8. So very commendable. Getting into the 70s and 80s, especially at this point with that change in the meta. I know myself personally, I did struggle a little bit with adapting because I also started up my full-time job right when the meta shifted. So I didn't have the time to just like grind games. It was really, I would play Sunday like 2 hours before the matches and hope for the best.
Yep.
And then obviously during casting, this is also a really good time for us to pick up on the meta while we just observe it.
Exactly. That's right. And that's the benefit of being a caster is see what people are doing. And really, if you want to do more homework, you can actually go on to the THL YouTube channel and scope out what peeps are doing if you couldn't catch it live.
What the cool cats and kittens are doing.
That's right. So, all right. Do we start? Are we starting?
Let's see. Let's take a peek. Let me look. If not, it's Suzuru, so I can message him. He is my partner. I'm allowed to bully him.
Oh, we got Myanodon on. We got Fish. Nice.
Oh wait, are they in the game?
Now we got Cams.
Oh, nice. Oh, Myanodon. What a beautiful man. I could say that because he's not my friend. I'm not being weird. I'm not being weird. I promise. It's not like he's my friend.
Oh, we got Blue Jay is on here, I believe.
Very nice, very nice.
Just some copy pasta stuff. Oh, standing eating soup. That's true or not, but we'll see. That's a comment Blue Jay made.
Dr. Fish, his little jersey, and then Blue Jay with his long hair. Gosh, THL, we are all just a bunch of snacks. Respectfully speaking, very respectable. Just saying.
There are some healthy snacks going on.
We are carrots and hummus.
Yes. Garlic. What is it? Garlic hummus? I don't know if you like garlic.
I love garlic.
Garlic.
I like garlic hummus is my favorite.
Mhm.
I like the ones too when they definitely like when they top it with like the roasted garlic as well.
Yeah, that's my wife's favorite one is the roasted garlic
Ooh.
stuff. So
It slaps with some pita and some carrots and like peppers. Oh,
shebang bang
tasty.
boogie.
I love that. We're here for it.
All right, so let's see if I can show you who's doing what. Just give me a sec. So we're still waiting for the lobbies to populate, or at least have Suzu captain the channel.
I added him to. Hopefully he'll see it and get it rolling. Everybody now in THL is talking about my Anata. They're all like, "Look at Mayan!
Yeah.
Ooh, swoon!"
Too bad he is a Eagles.
Hey! No, you got that other East Coaster over here, Saki. Don't run your mouth.
Yeah, my team beat his team today, so see if he chimes in here. I'm 100% sure he's going to.
He is. He's typing. Oh wait, no, he's just typing. Oh man, I love our community.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. Some great people in it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're interested, this is our push here for anybody that's interested in doing BGs. We had how many teams this year? 7, 8?
8. We had an even 8. I will say last season I think we had 16.
So we did.
We did
quite a few.
It was a lot, but it was like nice and new. I think that's why we had a big turnout because we were really starting to pave the way for some battlegrounds, excitement, and slightly competitive play. Because while we do encourage the competitive play, we also encourage those who are just interested in learning the game and just want to be part of the community too. They are also welcome here.
Exactly. So I hope to play sometime, but I got to cast at the same time too. So that's the
That was a struggle.
Yeah, the double-edged sword.
Maybe we can get like Lotus to cast one night.
Yep.
And
yeah, we'll figure it out. Even Wild 9.
Sneak your way in.
Maybe Wild 9 and I can swap.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you've cast it with.
I haven't.
Very smooth caster.
I've always been a fan of him, and I say that solely as like just like a player.
Yeah.
And like things that I have seen about him, he seems like a very nice person, and I like nice people. So
He is.
I vibe with him.
He's good peeps for sure. So he's filled in for a few teams of that we've had. For Pro Series, he's helped us times there, and now he's starting to stream up. So Saturdays.
Well, that's awesome. That's good that he's getting more involved in that domain. All right. Looks like there's still just no, I'm not going to make any comment. I'm choosing not violence tonight. Stephanie is choosing peace and love. And I'm just
peace, love, and
over
happiness.
Here being peace and love.
My buddy Phoenix lives close by. He's about a 20-minute drive away from.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, Canada.
Same with Ligor and Yachtster. So.
You guys are probably a good party.
Yachtster's like I think just turned 18.
Oh, he's a baby.
Yeah, he's still a baby.
Oh, I can't say that. Everybody gets so insulted. I call so many people baby. If they're like under the age of 25, I'll call them babies, and they get very. I called Brushy a baby like the other day, and he was very offended. He got very offended. He's like, "I'm not a baby." I'm like, "Why you having a temper tantrum?"
Yeah, that's right. Basically on his floor, face down, with the legs going and the arms going. Yeah.
The old toddler. Oh man. Yeah, it's a bad hobby. Oh, he was filling us in. Lobby filling up now, Steffi. Waiting on one more to join. Oh. It wouldn't be a Sunday night without slight delay.
That's right.
And keeping everybody on their toes.
We're in the 10-minute delay is on 10-minute delay. That's what we're
10 minutes of fun.
That's right.
Oh man.
So who do you plan on spectating tonight?
That's a good
First.
question. What? I'm gonna start off with Dr. Fish. I feel like I haven't had a chance to spectate him a lot. I'm gonna start off with Dr. Fish from Veneer Virtuosos. Who do you think you're gonna start with, Saku?
I might get it over with and just do Brushy.
Yeah, you gotta get that one over with.
You know,
You'll know
do
he'll take it personally
he's-
if none of us spectate him.
Yeah, he's like eating Brussels sprouts, right? You just want to eat that first so you can enjoy the rest of your meal.
Right? Exactly.
So
It's that vegetable that your mom's making you eat because it's good for you. Well, that is almost like a backhanded compliment to Brushy. He is good for us, but we force it.
Yeah. Exactly. All right.
I think we're finally. Oh no! Oh no! Friendless bug.
Yeah. So those people that you need to add to your friends through the BattleNet client as opposed to in game because it doesn't
It's just true.
sucks. Blizzard, come on, fix your stuff. It's only been around since 2014, so.
You know. Multi-million-dollar game, no big deal.
Yeah.
Looks like more people want to be on camera too.
That's right. Gotta give everybody their time to shine. Still learning how to use OBS Ninja is what we're using to broadcast for cams, which doesn't take up a lot of resources for our users, which is great. Because program to install, it's just a website cam thingy bobber. That's the technical term, is thingamabobber.
That's what's written on the
Yeah.
on
It
the
was too
paper
long,
that you
so they
signed
put
to
in
get
Ninja
it.
instead. Yep.
Exactly.
All right, looks like
Is everybody good? Is Subaru ready? Check
Brushy's
soon.
doing a Subaru check.
He
isn't it?
really is. He's trying to take the lead. Isn't that cute? Our little toddler taking the lead. He's gonna be so upset. I know I'm gonna get that message because he doesn't sleep. It'll be like 3 a.m. Why were you calling me a toddler? I can't wait. I can't wait.
See if I type in toddler here, see what happens. No. Oh, although it's cute.
Very cute.
There we go. Bam. All right, so we're giggling here just because they have a cute little kid looking at a tree. Then he turns around.
We're bullying Brushy Tuna.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
Brushy's
one of our
typing
favorite pastimes.
Yeah.
He knew.
All
So
right.
something went wrong. I'll do it next week. Okay, that's okay. It looks like our ready check is getting going. We're at 7 checks.
All right. So Brushy's.
And we should be getting started. I almost reacted as if I was one of the ones to react. And we got 8. Let's go.
Hey, 8
Let's
is great.
do it. 8 is great.
Even though we're late, 8 is great.
Oh, no. We're never late, Saku.
Not us. It's the
No.
participants of tonight's activities. Oh.
No, we're not late. Never.
All right.
Couldn't be us. All right, Dr. Fish, where you at? I know everybody's on my list.
Hanging out in Battlegrounds.
Mm-hmm. Maya, go. They're ready to kick butts or get their butts kicked.
That's right.
Let's do it.
Everybody's chewing some bubblegum.
Mm-hmm. That's the truth.
Okay, so I gotta find who Brushy Tuna is.
Who is that? Who am I? None of your business. What card was that? Oh, I had a card. You know how they have like the different catchphrases? Oh, we're going in. There was one that was right on time. That was like stuck in my head all throughout my match. Friday, poor Riots. I was saying it over and over and over again. It was one of the mechs that said that.
All right.
Let's get in. Game. Let's get started.
Got the adjustment.
Oh, I might get into my game freeze. Don't do that. No, don't do that. All right, we're back. Okay. Whew.
Yeah.
Yikes. All right, Brushy took Ticketus because he wants to have some fun with tickets since they're now taken from us. And Dr. Fish has taken. Stephanie, my goodness, has taken. It is Sunday night.
It is.
Oh, I'm tired. Taken.
Yeah.
He's taken. Anyways, so Dr. Fish has taken Ragnaros. Fire Lord. Oh, we got a token too. What a great start. Oh, actually, I should ask, who are we starting with?
You said you were starting with Dr. Fish, so that's where we're going.
Okay, so Dr. Fish is smart and he took the tokens. Tokens are still good, by the way. I don't know if anybody missed that memo. Are there beasts in the lobby or do we have a real game? No, there are beasts in the lobby. Oh, wait, duh. I'm like, are there beasts in the lobby? There's a hyena right in front of me. So to quickly go down the heroes, we got Susuru with Shutterwalk, Fire Emblem with Cthulhu, Brushy with Ticketus, Terpsy with Trade Prince Gallywix. That's an interesting pick. Blue Jay with Zyrella, Dr. Fish with Ragnaros, Phoenix with Dancing Daryl, and Myanodon with Rafam. So a lot of strong heroes in this lobby, I would say. More often than not, above average. So we take those.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ripping down the list.
Trying to level here. Listen, I understand that. I mean, you are Rag. So I guess you're kind of thinking, do I want to do the technique where I stay on 1 until turn 5 and double level? Or do I like buy the pair? Or do I want to just level? And I like just leveling here because 1, we have a token, so we're almost guaranteeing killing the minion that we're facing. Blue Jay has an elemental, and we know it's a 2/2. You're freezing. Interesting freeze. Don't hate it, because again, the pairs are good. There are no demons though, so you do miss out on the oh wait, they didn't level. I didn't notice that. Oh wow.
Yeah, didn't see them level either.
They're staying. I like this. Who else stayed on 1? Well, this is Shutterrock always stays on 1 if you get the token. Same with Cthulhu. I wasn't expecting Zyrella to stay on 1. I like leveling with Zyrella because you could get 2 drops, but that's just me. Oh, this is interesting. Do we sell the token to buy the 2/2 that makes your level up cheaper, or do we buy the 2/1 because it's more likely to guarantee minions, which then gets your hero power off faster? We ended up going with the Dex Swabby, which makes leveling a little bit quicker. So there are a lot of high caliber 3 drops in this game. We got the Crackling Cyclone and the Deflectobot, which is really good with the hero power. But as we have seen, actually really what you're looking for at this point is McCall and Rackpat, because I know that we all have witnessed it. The strength that is Beast until it gets a little bit of a nerf. Tuesday, I think, is when it's going off.
Yeah, Tuesday's supposed to be nerf day. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Okay. That's important. I mean, I do think the nerf for the bird is crucial.
Yes.
To the change, and then +1 instead of +1 instead of +2 is also crucial.
Yeah.
So I like that they made it so that it's still playable, but not annoyingly like dominating.
So the bird is getting the bird.
The bird is the word, and it's getting blurbed. So we have a choice, right? We can just level here, sell our second 1/1 token, and buy either that 2/1, buy the 2/3 if we want to buff one of our Murlocs. We can also just buy 2 minions here. The 2/1 and the 2/3 seem good, or the 3/2 for stats. Ooh. Okay. I don't know why we kept the 1/1 over the 2/2 unless we're feeling the Murloc vibe. You know, in case we get like a Swolefin or a Seer or even the Navigator.
The Nav. Just fixing cams here so we get to see Dr. Fish. Glory. Wave at us, Dr. Fish, once you hear us 10 minutes from now. Cams will be already off, dude. Anyway.
You will be a thing in the past.
Yep.
But always in our hearts.
Brushy's just for a quick, he's going on a little bit of mech and a little bit of elemental.
Just doing some things. I see some pairs. I do like a good pair gamer myself, so I don't hate his decision. Oh, that leveling though. Oh wait, Terpsy also leveled. What were the odds? Oh, it was not very likely to win that one. Terpsy's board was very similar, actually, almost identical.
Got
They were
3 people
given the
on
same
fire.
juice. Oh, there's a 3/3, and okay, so and there's the 4/3. So the 3/3, the frog and the taunt for the frog is like super dope-tastic. However, I mean you are at 3/2, so you could hit a Macaw Rat Pack. I don't know, this is tough. I'd be torn here. I might just buy the frog and then the second pair. So the 2/3. He's choosing to just ignore it. I don't hate that either because you don't need to take the frog right away. That's something you can transition to, especially if you start picking up some macaws or you do find the rat pack, because the frog by itself really isn't that strong. This is strong. Being able to pick up this navigator is definitely a strong pickup. But is it going to be strong enough to beat Brushy? And we'll find out momentarily. We hope so, because you have 17 minions left to kill. That's a lot of minions.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Suzuru. I just noticed that they said they're going to be on cam, so
Oh, awesome.
once we get to spectate their play, then good to go.
This is going to be very close. We do see a lot of value trades going towards Brushy, and it was more favored for Brushy. 15% to win, 25% to tie, and then a 58 to lose. So it was almost 50-50 on whether
Yep.
you win or tie versus a loss. So it happens.
Yep. So
I wonder...
after this round, we'll go over to Brushy, and then
I get to choose another victim.
you get to choose. You have the right to choose.
I have the right to choose my next victim.
Right.
This is another tough turn because this comes with leveling quickly. It can be a little awkward. We're also going against first place, who dealt 14 to somebody. The same person who dealt 4 to you. That's petrifying. But it doesn't always feel good to roll. I think I would roll one more time, and if I don't hit, I would level. So if I don't hit another Murloc or hit a triple, there's another Murloc. So do we take a 4 or 5 in this scenario? So if I go to 4 drops, it's only Primal Fin Lookout. So we definitely want to lean towards 5, which is Burgurgle, SCI, the poison one. Oh, or bronze or brand. So he's choosing to instead play it now and get a 4 drop, which is fascinating to me because I don't know if I 100% agree with that. I don't hate it. I understand trying to get as strong as you can now because you are playing against first place. But I think there was some merit to just like buying something else and holding, potentially taking a hit, and then popping back up to get a 5 drop. Because if you're going Murlocs, the 5 drops are just crucial. Hitting a Brand, even though Brand right now isn't as strong as he used to be with, this build, for example, that we're seeing Myanodon play.
Yep.
That was a good hit, though. That would have been like a smack of damage, 4 damage. So 7's not bad.
7 is definitely not bad.
No, it's not.
Kick it over to Brushy.
Okay. Who still is a pair gamer, my guy.
Yep. He's doing the Christmas thing. 2 partridge in a pear tree.
Truly.
All right. Still flopping around with elementals.
Flopping around.
Yep.
He bought a rat pack.
He bought a rat pack, but he's got no beasts. So
he got no beasts. I know why he bought the rat pack. Like, I get it. It's so because like it really is. Oh, I'm not gonna comment on when I just opened my doorway to. Oh, but that's tough. I will say. So I'm currently spectating Fire Emblem, who's playing Cthulhu.
Okay.
Cute Cthulhu, by the way.
Cute
and they're
Cthulhu,
going
that's
up
right.
against Susuru, who is Shutterrock, who is popping off this turn. He just got, at least it says 4 triples right now, and I'm pretty sure all 4 of them were just now gotten. So there's gonna be a lot of 5 drops. However, without seeing this board, friends at home, I mean, I don't even know if 4 or 5 drops is good enough to beat this board. We'll see. And you'll understand what I mean. A lot of it depends on this first hit. If something specifically gets sniped. But, all right, so we see he picked up, he got a frog. Wait, what happened to his...
He gave his rat pack up to get a frog.
Why didn't he just sell the 5?
I
I don't know.
Unless he just wanted
like
to get
the 4/4?
the froggies in action, but they're not.
Look at them. He said, "Wee!" That little frog. So cute.
He froze? Can't
You know,
remember if he
I
froze.
believe he did. So one of the minions was frozen on the triple.
0.3% chance to tie, and almost 100% chance to. She did.
Interesting.
So, with his own teammate. His own
He
teammate
did
gave him a
lose.
thumping.
Oh, however, he did get really lucky because he just hit 2 triples.
So was battle cries. Which one's a good one to pick, on the house or?
I like on the house because I'm assuming we're leveling here. Evolving is not bad either.
Yeah.
But I
the
assume we
house.
level here.
Look at that. Trips.
You're not leveling?
Double trips.
I would have leveled, taking a 6 drop, and then froze, taking a second 6 drop. You're not gonna die. So I don't know if I necessarily agree with this one. You don't really have any guidance right now. And I feel like the 6 drops in this game are more likely to give you some guidance. Like, Mama Bear's good. Brand's fine. The other one doesn't do anything. But
Can you pick both?
if he...
No.
Can one be the first one and then the second one?
Yeah.
I think, going for a Gas Coiler, my Exa, Foe Reaper, Eliza, Nosy Looter,
Defender.
obviously an Malkadon, especially Malkadon when he had 3 different types, I think made a little bit more sense to me. But I'm not, driving this car. He definitely sees something differently, and that's okay too. There's a lot of different ways to play this game.
Sold the Leaper.
He took the pair.
Got a poison in there.
He loves his pairs. Let's see if it's enough. It is. I will say I do like the poison against Dance and Daryl. But like I said before, you still have the damage cap to kind of save you.
Yep.
I think leveling, going for a 6 drop to follow up to a second 6 drop, is a better way to help you win the game. I think this is like, it settles nicely. Ooh, that's unfortunate. That's unlucky.
That's a fugly hit.
That was really unlucky.
Yep.
I feel bad for that hit.
No taunt, just a bubble, and I'll pop your bubble.
That's my bubble.
He loses brush. He loses to a Canadian. Ugh.
Oh no.
My buddy Phoenix. Gave him some heat.
I do like the 2/4. Oh no, somebody died.
Hey, so that uncaps.
Oh no, Blue Jay.
Blue Jay.
Taking an 8th.
Yep.
That's unfortunate. I like Blue Jay. Who took Blue Jay out? Oh wait, that was my teammate.
Was
It
it?
was Suzaru. It was Suzaru. Suzaru. They're very nice. But so I'm interested, like I said, I'm interested. He's still not leveling. What's he I guess he's in an awkward spot, right? Because he does keep going up against strong players. And it's hard to decide when to bite the bullet to keep it moving.
Oh.
Do you buy the 3/2 to hold? I do like that pickup. Like, I see what you're doing. I do. But even if you want to go elementals, like, I don't even think you sell the 4/4 for the 2/2.
Do you do the Rattler on the Deadly Sport?
It doesn't reborn it. It's only beasts.
Oh, stupid.
And now if that was a my Exo that he could have gotten from a 6 drop, yes. How many jabs can I make in brush you tonight?
All of them. Don't
I say
stop.
that respectfully.
Yes.
Oh, the 4/5 is not bad. That's better than the 4/4 because every time something dies, it makes your elementals bigger. That's a really cute card. I think that is going to be so much better once they kind of bring Beast down to not being overpowered. I do think that elementals are going to shine. That's my hot early take.
Speaking of elementals shining.
Oh my gosh. Whoa!
Wow.
No me. Oh no.
Oh
Oh no! Not Brushy.
Brushy is
Oh,
annihilated. Look at that.
no.
Thanks for coming out, Brushy.
So I felt like that was unavoidable, even if he did have the poison.
Yeah.
That was just unlucky to play
That was
him
just
at that time. It's turn 9. Turn 9, by the way.
Wow. Okay, so we're gonna
Poor
flip over to
Brushy.
Steffi view. Is spectating.
I am spectating Fire Emblem as Cutie Thune, playing
Cutie.
against my Anodon, who is sassy and classy with his Froggers, but 2 can play that game, I heard.
Yep.
We got Frogger gamers, and this is going to be really close. I do think that obviously Cthune's going to take it with this big hit of all these tokens saying, I'm here, I'm one to be feared. Let me take away your perfect score and bring you down a notch. I don't know if he'll move. Oh no, he is now at 30 and Suzuru's at 31. Oof, that's unlucky that you got to play first place after you play first place before.
Yep.
I'm talking about Fire Emblem having to now play Suzuru.
Smashed. So I'm spectating Phoenix right now.
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm.
Dancing Daryl trying to get the leapfrogger going. He's got 2 macaws in the queue for a third.
Everybody's dancing. Everybody has a reason to dance.
Dance. You can dance.
You can dance if you want to. You can leave those things behind. I will say Dancing Daryl did just take 6 from Terpsy, who is also doing. Is everybody just like Beast Mode? Dr. Fish is Murlocs. Phoenix is Mixed Minion. Looking at your board, though, he is trying to transition to Beasts. We have obviously Fire Emblem. We see a very cheeky Beast build with this Khadgar with the Leapfrogger.
Sure.
Because it summons another one. Ooh, that's one of the best triples though. Golden McCall is spicy.
Yep. Phoenix
And then
sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I was looking to see what level he was on. He's at 5 already, so he can't discover a Baron. I was gonna say if he was at 4, he could discover a Baron. So while this does seem, actually, I was gonna say this does seem really close still, but I still think this is actually going to go towards Suzuru. But it's gonna be really close. These, is it gonna be tie? No. Okay.
Rockers.
That was a hard one to gauge. That was very close. These elementals are getting super beef cakes, if you will.
Beef cake.
But oh no, my boy Terps getting taken out by the Murgles. It happens to the best of us. So Terpsy taking a 6th, unfortunately. That's okay, Terpsy. That's good.
Yep.
All points matter, so never feel bad from a below 4th place placement because this is a team game, so every point matters.
Yep. The Suzuru still pretty
Suzuru's
strong.
fighting everybody.
Yep.
We saw
So
him
there's
doing elemental shenanigans. Ooh,
Mayax
I like
now.
the Mayax.
Yep. So this is on Phoenix's
Mhm.
board. So what's what is going on over it? Oh, we got Fire Emblems going up against a Ghost.
He leveled and hero powered. That makes sense.
And now we wait 40 million
About 30,
minutes.
35 seconds to just do our thing, to
Yeah.
chat, talk about the weather. It's
Yep.
late out.
Blizzard.
You know,
just
we
get-
all have to mentally prepare for the work week, whatever it might be.
Blizzard, get that ready button going so you don't have to wait.
Mhm.
Don't have to wait for your turn to continue. But
Exactly.
just bitching for the sake of bitching.
We like to complain, and honestly, I think it's a great character like trait. Because if you're not complacent,
Yeah.
like not being complacent is important.
You're always improving. Yes.
It's always going in the right direction. Let's just say a bunch of things that belong on t-shirts.
GTFO, whatever.
Oh, I see what the ghost. Okay, I see what he was trying to do. I see why he wasn't successful, and it was because everybody else took the frogs first.
Oh god.
That's what happened. This card, what is the name of this one? The Bird Buddy. That is such a cute
It
name.
is. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that art is adorable.
Yeah.
This is a really cute way to get ahead early on, but it's just not super consistent. Oh, that is a very beefy hyena, but
Okay. Wow. We got
Uh-oh.
some dead people in the lobby, but Mike, sorry.
Dead people.
Got Phoenix. It came
I
in
see
fourth.
dead people. Phoenix came in fourth, and Dr. Fish is in fifth. So Dr. Fish took fifth, and then Phoenix took fourth. Wait, why do I not see Phoenix? Oh wait, no, they're both on the same team.
They are.
So now we have Suzaru, Myanodon, and Fire Emblem in top 3.
That's right. So I'm jumping on Suzaru right now. So next turn that you're done with Fire Emblem,
Mm-hmm.
Observe
You can switch on over.
and do the Suzaru thing.
Sounds good to me, and then I will switch over to Myanodon.
Oh no, you Mayana don't. So Suzaru's going up against a ghost right now.
How lucky. Killing people, and then you get the ghost.
Yep.
Oh, this is Bob being friendly.
Yep. Phoenix is pretty close finishing off his comp there, but Old Macaw was probably a couple turns too late.
It's also interesting to seeing what Fire Emblem's doing here. Notice he hasn't found a Baron yet, and that's pretty crucial. It's also unfortunate that Toxfin is no longer in the game, so there's no easy way to poison this Murloc. You know, the stats are already pretty big. I don't necessarily think it needs to be poisoned, but you never know. It could be really beneficial when you're going up against these beasts, for example, who like managed to build like 100 plus statted beasts. Like, it's crazy. Huh. Speaking of Barons. Would you look at that? I do, like I said though, time and time again, that Khadgar is cheeky.
Man, just cranking out the tunes.
Yeah, that swipe's also pretty thick. Oh man. This is rough. And the thing is, it's not so much that these minions, even though this specific beast build has a golden mama and the Baron. I was gonna say that typically, the Baron died. Typically, it's not like they do too much damage because it's usually just some tokens that live. Oh man. But what is this gonna be? 5? What is my end? That is that? Oh wait, no, the mama died. So, I mean, that's still 15 damage.
Points.
That's still not something to bat an eye at. So.
All right. Switch
Off
over.
to Myanodon.
Off to
Suzaru.
better. No, not better, but I'm saying Suzaru.
So you heard it here, everybody. My
on
teammate, Suzaru, is better.
He's more better right now.
He's morber. Those are some beefy boys. Those are very beef. That's a 123-17 without frogs. A 125, 123?
That's some elemental thickness right there.
I respect the Murloc pickup. I do respect that. Obviously you don't need to play it right now. I think you hold off to try to get it slightly more greedy with. You can see he's thinking about it. But I don't think you need to do it this turn. But I mean, I'm interested to see how the two duke it out. I think you can greed one more turn because you are at 31. You still have a lot of health left.
Yep.
So let's just see what happens. I like the repositioning of the 123. Wait, they only... Oh, that's right. I knew they only had 6 minions. Oof.
Getting rid of...
Oof. I mean, they're still going to be hopping around.
Yeah,
but I
it's
don't
not
think
gonna
it's
be
going to be big enough.
Yeah, it's like
They're little baby hoppers. Oh, baby shark.
And Suzaru is gonna
Take out Fire Emblem.
23 to Fire Emblem. Now we're down to the showdown between Ionodon and Suzaru.
Okay. All right. Risky Refresh versus Dawn to 8th. Well, a Beast board versus an Elemental board. Spicy.
Oh. Got a big smogger en route.
You do. Just seen a lot of stuff going down. The dedication
Goodness.
to this Nomi also. Like, he's really like sucking the life. I don't hate it. I'm not mad at it.
Are you down with the?
Are you down? Oh,
That's
dude,
what-
hit the 2-3 to buff some of yeah, little taunts. He's at 4. Oh my gosh, I love this.
Oh, word.
You don't need little rag when you have that, like, when you get Nomis really early. He had
Yep.
like 2 Nomis turned like 6, I think it was. It was something silly. I do think, I don't know, I wonder if I think we roll one more. Are we gonna hold on to the Nomi to see how strong your opponent is? Oh, now you do. Now you 1000% do. Never mind. Because look at all
Holy.
those tokens.
Yep.
Gosh, everything is large and in charge. These are huge.
All right.
But are they big enough? Let's see. Can they hand? That is a golden Baron.
4.2% chance to tie. So.
Oh, I want to look. I'm gonna look. I am flabbergasted at the results that I just saw. I'm not gonna say it out loud because I'm a team player. But when I tell you
Ooh, that my ex
that I am shooketh to the core.
Getting my Exna.
Okay.
So you've already seen the end, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
There's a specific snipe that needs to happen. That wasn't it. Another snipe. That was the snipe. That was not the hit. So if you're wondering, those at home, why they need to nerf this build, that is correct. That's why.
There is your reasons why.
There's your reasoning. All right, we need to go to 5, and we need to find a Zap.
Get a 0 cost upgrade.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What is Suzaru pontificating right now? Just
He
figuring
needs
out
the Zap.
trips.
Go to 5. Go to 5. Please go to 5. Please go to 5. I know that Zap is risky because they also have the 2-way poison. I understand. That does try to play around it. I hear you. But you are not going to be able to get big enough unless you snipe it mid-game, and you didn't. Okay, we did go to 5. We did not hit this. Oh, we did hit the Zap! But we didn't take it!
Pick Tamua instead.
Okay, I hear you, but I don't think they're going to get big enough. I hear you. I respect you, and I understand, but I don't think they're going to get big enough. I mean, we'll see. I could be wrong. I'm wrong about a lot of things.
So we're
Do you
seeing.
get the poison? Do you play the poison? Oh, we're gonna play the poison. We're gonna play the poison. Do we play like? Yup. Okay, I respect it. The poison might be a saving grace.
Two
Oh,
Maxes.
this 2 my exes. Well, 1 my exes. That's a lot. I do like this positioning though, because that 69. Do I want to look? I want to look. I don't think I do.
Oh.
Oh my
Extra.
gosh. This is why, like this. I mean, to be fair, he does have a golden Baron. That's why this is so incredibly like daunting.
Okay.
All right, that killed something.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Where does...
It wasn't even poison yet.
Oh. Look at that nasty 747, 676 rat pack.
What the freak? Why is this legal? Who tested this? Lizard, explain. Who tested this?
Get off your desk chairs and
Who
fix the
do you work for?
the leapers. That's right. Who is your daddy and what does he do? Yes. All right. So we might flip over to my Anodon there right now if you want.
I mean, they're
Since we-
seeing the same show. Right now,
Yeah.
my Anodon is rolling. I do think he should pick up that 6-2. He agrees. I wonder if you reborn your Baron. Is that wrong? I don't think you need your 15 anymore. I think it's just like weighing you down. You sell it. Do you reborn the Baron or one of your poisons?
Got my Anodon cam. My Anacam.
My Anakin.
Yep. Maya cam. Ooh,
All right. Oof.
this does not look good.
I really don't see a huge difference in the board. I really don't think Susuru really made that much changes. But really, what could he? This needs to hit. Oh, that was a snipe. Oh.
It's getting very interesting.
Oh my
Down to the
gosh.
wire.
That might have been the snipe that.
Yep.
Oh, and that lived?
There it is.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. Well, I think that was the snipe you really needed. You just needed to like pray that would
Ooh.
happen, and it did.
26.
And Suzuru's gonna take that victory. That was not very favored. It was. What do you have on your end?
I had 35 for my for.
Oh, he's
for
still
Suzuki.
alive though. He's still alive. Can you get that lucky twice? Probably not. Let's find out.
Tune in next
wait.
week when we see
I'm talking
my
about
Anodon
reborning that Baron like a dummy. You can only reborn a beast. I literally said that earlier. God, just ignore me. I don't know what I'm talking about. That's a lie. I do, but that was a mistake. Oh, we're not taking that 4/4? Okay. What are you rolling for if you don't take the 4/4?
He just keeps rolling.
He's just rolling. You can get another parrot. That's really what you want is another parrot.
He doesn't have a golden parrot, right? Or does he?
He does have a golden parrot.
Okay.
Even getting another parrot. I mean, I think he's in a good spot. I personally would sell that 15/15 and reborn one of the Myexas.
Ooh.
He sold one of his Myexas. How could you say something so bold? Oh, no. Oh, I don't know if I agree. I mean, it might just be fine anyways because you're super strong. And that is
Okay.
a good buffer minion.
This is interesting. Interesting choice there by my Anodon.
I do like the 4/4 as a buffer, like, because you know that they have the elemental swipey poos. However, that's right, he has 2 of them, so like.
Whoa. Okay.
Matter. Oh, here we go. All right, this is the hit. Oh, that was not the hit you wanted. Yeah. Oh my gosh, they're large. That's what she said. They're huge. That is petrifying.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh no! Look at the frogs. 69, nice. Oh my gosh, you didn't even hit the Baron, you fake dummy.
Oh, look how big these things are getting.
That's a 290.
Oh.
All right, do we finally get poison? We do not.
Oh,
I think
what's
that
this?
was
Is this lethal? Yep.
Yeah, that was a
Look at
lucky
my
shot
Anodon.
before.
Yeah.
Look at my Anodon.
My Anodon cheating with the. There he goes. He claps. He
did.
He does the number one. He does the cheer of joy.
I know he's been nervous about playing, so that was a good victory.
That was a great victory by my Anodon and wonderful action by Suzuki. Nothing that he could do at the time. So.
No, that was a rough. I mean, the only thing that he could, I think, try to do is get that zap, but even then, it's 50-50, right? Because at the time, Mayan had the 2/6, the Myexa.
Yeah.
So he needed it to double snipe that Baron.
So we're starting fresh.
We are always starting fresh.
Yep.
So we'll see. They do have a 5-minute break. just to gather their thoughts. Let me refresh and see what's going on.
Be fresh, fresh.
I'm sure we probably have a lot of stuff going on in the blue lobby. No, it looks like the blue lobby was taking its time too. Right now, only 4 scores are reported. Yui and Canoe,
Yep.
2 very strong players. Looks like there was a 4th, 5th, and 6th place tie that they were a part of. I don't know who the 4th place person was because it's not updated yet, but
not populating.
not populating quite yet. But man, I hope that we get that game 2 has no beasts.
Yeah, no beasts would make this wonderful. Even if we had no beasts, no dragons, and no elementals, that'd be interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's watch these mechs. I want to see a good mech fight.
Yeah.
I want to see a good mechy poos.
Or even see where I'm hearing pirates are pretty weak.
I know. It's frustrating me because pirates are some of my favorite mechanics in the game. When they introduced that with the infinite pirate.
Yep.
I really like that. I think it's a very it's not just like elementals, for example, when you're just buying and selling. You're not it's different, right? Because with pirates you have to go, 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 go. You don't have a time limit when you're buffing your elementals with Nomi or with the new elemental card versus with the pirates and your salties and your hoggers. You gotta go fast.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of it's a much more interactive build. So I really, really respect that one. I wish they were better. Even though I do think they were giving what I read is that there's some buffs that are going to be happening for pirates.
Okay.
I don't know if it's going to make them playable. But listen, I'm the type of player when Patches is sitting there, I say yes and I click Patches. So pirates are still always an option for your girl.
There you go. If it's a pirate, Stephanie wants to click on it.
If the Patches is pick me, I say less.
Same.
And I pick him. He is mine. He comes home with me.
Yeah.
You never know, but also finding no more my ex or a Zap or Wind Fury Boys. You did find a Zap, but I'm not gonna tell him that. I'm not gonna say anything.
Zapless.
I'm kind. Remember earlier I said I'm not choosing violence today. No violence shall be had.
The beatings
Peace
will continue
love.
until morale improves. I hear that. So who do you think, from a hero standpoint, are we going to see this round? Just name top 2, 3.
I think we're going to see the new one. What's his name? It already left my mind.
Master
Yes.
Win.
I do think we're going to see Master Win. I think we're going to see a Hook Tusk as well. That's my 2, but I think we're going to see. Who do you think we're going to see?
Hopefully AFK. AFK, although hasn't been doing all the best in some of the lobbies we've seen last few weeks. But I always enjoy what players do with AFK.
I do too.
Zul'jin is pretty cool. Just flipping around.
He's the one that swaps the health or the stats, correct?
Exactly, and
I like Zul'jin too.
Yeah, Zul'jin is pretty. I haven't played with Zul'jin, but I've just seen a couple of YouTube videos of the interaction where they get a fairly good buffed minion, and then they keep trading stats. It's that dragon. Is it a dragon or? Oh, it was a demon. That's what it was. He had a demon comp, so every time that 2/2 demon, take its stats, and then you just transfer to.
That's spicy.
Yeah, so that was cool to see, and I'd like to see Galewing too.
Galewing's cool. I don't think Galewing is broken anymore, just because of the meta change. Power leveling to 3 with Beast isn't necessarily something that's super big, but I still think he's still incredibly strong. I think if you're offered Galewing or Daryl, food.
Yep.
You just automatic. Other than like the first two I said, you just take them because super spice. Who doesn't love a super spice? So who do you think would you like to start with your spectating?
I'm gonna hook up with Blue Jay.
Okay.
Jay.
I think I'll start with Phoenix.
Okay.
I haven't given Phoenix any love tonight. Sure, they're thinking, "Where's my love?"
Yeah,
I'm here to give it.
I got Phoenix, but then he ended up dying. That seemed my boy Phoenix.
I always feel awful when I do that. When I hop in,
yeah,
it's like a teacher getting observed, and your like administrator comes in, and then that's when the class explodes.
Yep. You going like, oh.
One turf's back, we good. Yep. Alrighty. It's the final countdown. It was a long first game.
Yeah. And I think it's great that they did add that little buffer for before one person dies. I think that at least from a caster's point of view, at least gives the chance to see what the players are doing, what their comps are going on, and give the overall experience a little bit better.
No, I agree with you. So it looks like the players are hopping in.
Yep. Spectate. Right. Start on my screen.
Awesome.
Some people. Yay.
Let's do it, Blue Jay. Let's do it, Phoenix. Let's do it, everybody. Time to show up and show out.
Up here.
Did a quick sweep with my eyeballs, and I think we did get a hook tusk. So right now we have Fire Emblem with Zephyrus the Great. We have Dr. Fish as Sir Finley, so they're choosing as Ticketus. Phoenix as Jandis. Blue Jay as Dancing Daryl. Brushy Tuna with the Secret Guy, because I can never say his name. Terpsy with Reno Jackson. What a good pick. Mayanna down with Flurgle, which has improved significantly. And Sasuru with Hook Tusk. We are still Beast gamers, my friends. Beasts are here to stay. I don't think there's there is elementals as well. But there's no pirates or demons or dragons. Isn't that the same as No, there was pirates last time.
There was pirates last time.
I know there was not demons though or dragons. Oh, this time there's coal boars. I think that was the difference, or maybe yeah. Wow. So will we have a repeat? Find out in 25 minutes.
Or less.
Or less.
If people die real. That's
murder. So you have Blue Jay with Dancing Daryl, who got 2 tokens to start. Are you freezing? Freeze. Okay. I'm always yelling at people. Because I know when I used to, I hate to admit it, when I first started playing Battlegrounds, there's too many times that I would like to admit where I would forget to freeze. And my poor board be sold. Devastated.
Yeah, it doesn't give you a good vibe after that.
It's not a good feeling. No, it's not a good vibe. It is a bad vibe. I'd be very upset.
A negatory vibe, yes.
The opposite of good. But so right now we see, Dancing Daryl doing dancing things. I don't hate that level here because this shop isn't giving me life like it should be. There are a lot of really good minions to hit on 3 again, simply because you have your Defiant Shield minions. There are Quilt Wars, so you can even argue as well on 2. And, beasts are in the game. So being on 2 is just never a bad time.
Right.
I do like the freeze though, because you have invested in this pair. It's already, both of them are slightly buffed,
Yep.
so I respect the freeze.
Jay
Oh,
with
we're
the freeze.
battling each other.
Teammates?
No, just who we're spectating.
Oh.
It's like us being secret teammates.
That's right. So Phoenix battling Blue Jay right now, and
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Phoenix took a hit. But you expect to lose that one. But it's okay, because somebody likes Phoenix, apparently, and he was offered some great things to compensate him for these trying times. I wonder if anybody at home can guess what they are. That's interesting, though, because I will say, side comment, I know you guys can't see it. He is Jandis, and there is an alley cat in the shop. There's also 2 leapfroggers. He bought the 2 leapfroggers.
Oh.
Makes sense. But it's that, do you freeze for the alley cat, or now are we just trying to hit the triple? Are we just trying to go to 3 now, hit this triple? Good stuff. Like, are we trying to, because like if we want to get a 4-drop, because you can get the rattler, right?
Yep.
You can get high main, even that's good to kind of stall until you get the better minions to support you. I don't know. I would be thinking of this for a while if I wanted to freeze, simply because Jandis hero power things. That's a hard one.
Blue Jay is going for some kind of reborn
It's
tactic.
buffing. Everything's buffed. I wonder, so we didn't freeze for that pair, which it makes sense. I guess we're also going to see a level. Hook Tuss doing Hook Tuss things. I don't know if the stats are there, though. Those are some beefy minions. A lot of that depends where that 3-1 hit. Yeah, it's close. But not quite.
4 to the dome.
4 to the dome, to the chrome.
Suzuru, that's not very upsetting.
Mm-mm.
Quite a
Suzuru's
few,
in a good spot.
quite a few level ups to 3.
Wow. Look at all these tokens. You got every token in the game. Feels good. What does it feel like to
Token? What do
be
you
Bob's favorite? More tokens. What does it feel like to be Bob's favorito? Bob just looks at you and smiles.
Hey. Well,
Hey.
I'm trying. Is it Fizzy? That's who's
Yeah,
Blue
Fizzy's the
Jays?
cute one.
Yeah.
She's very nice. And then mine, I don't remember this one's name. Oh, Venari. Oh, I knew that. Venari.
Yep.
We are freezing for that token. We like pairs. Pair gamer.
After
Guess
this
we'll level buy it.
this turn,
No.
we'll flip over to Phoenix View.
Listen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds great. Wait, where's Brushy at? What's he up to? He's just being the secret guy. Alright, just checking in. Checking in, see what he's up to.
A little bit of a 100% win for somebody.
One of the 2. Ooh, spice.
Wow. Hair bitten.
Yeah, dude. Dr. Fish is going to be taking 6. Knocking him out. Taking the crown. He
Alright.
said, that's my crown.
Snatched.
Snatchy poo.
Okay.
So now we're watching Phoenix.
Watching Phoenix, yes.
So Phoenix has another decision to make with this. I think you do it, right? 'Cause you can buy it, send it back, buy it. I know you had to get rid of this pair. Maybe you just buy it and roll and see if you hit one of your pairs. Ignoring. Interesting. Again, I say this is me thinking out loud because I don't know what's correct, but I do think you do it. It's better than just rolling. And then you can set yourself up. Look, literally, Bob or Venari is like, do it. Just do it. Set yourself up for a triple. You can get a 5-drop. You can get a mama bear. No, we're just gonna roll. I don't know if I agree with that. And like, I know that. No, because I said it last turn, so I stick with what I was saying. It's not like, I'm thinking it after seeing things. Like, I do think it was correct to start building up those tokens. they're also beasts, so they do benefit you. They benefit your frog. That's just, again, I don't know. I'm not 100% with Jandis now. With the froggers and everything like that. And the 5-drops are a little bit weaker because Bran isn't doing the most. Lifeng isn't doing the most anymore.
Gotcha.
They're just not as powerful. However, Mama Bear, Aaron, and even Nomi, depending on your build, are good. But Nomi Gamer.
Yeah.
We got a golden Nomi.
Yep. Terpsy
Not quite
channeled
there though.
Channeled Nomi there.
Yeah, it was a 100% win. However, again, I think Terpsy was kind of expecting that because they did power level to get that 5-drop, but it worked out in their favor. It looks like there's already a elemental in your shop, and you buy every elemental you see, whether you get the benefit from its battle cry. So now looking over here, look, okay, I'm not trying to be that caster. That alley cat is following you, bro. Listen, I don't understand. This turn,
Take
it would have been a triple. It would have been a triple. You would have gotten a 5-drop, my guy. Let's take the other pair. Okay.
Oh.
It's fine. It's fine. He's doing great. He's at 36.
Yep.
Maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe it's just frogs. Maybe he's born with it. Or maybe it's the froggies.
He likes frogs. He likes the
Who
game
doesn't?
Frogger.
Who doesn't?
He's nostalgia.
Nice. But yeah, so right now, being able to level up 4, having a pair of froggers is good. But this is where, okay, so this is the point in the game. We're at turn 7, we're going into turn 8. Where we really need to be focusing on our pieces. We have 3 pairs, which is nice, because obviously if we hit one of those triples, we can land a Baron. We don't have a bird yet either, which is kind of concerning. But you still have plenty of time. You also won't mind picking up the Rattlers as well. If we're looking at our opponents, it says the Terpsies Quilt Wars, but we know that they're doing the elemental thing.
Yep.
Anodon is Murlocs. Fire Emblems Mix. Dr. Fish is Murlocs. Zura's Mech. So you're the only... Nope. Brushy is going Beasts as well. And then you're looking at your opponent who just has big, beefy boys. Really? That's an interesting, stable goal. That's all buffed and, super strong. It worked in your favor. That's just a unique... You don't normally see that one all buffed up. That's like, you know that they're sitting there and they're throwing their tokens out and it just ate every single one. And you're like, well, now I gotta buy it.
You're forcing me to buy it.
You're forced. All right, so now we're at 4. Forced to look for this triple. So again, I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, but when we have our token, it allows us to create triples. It may take a little bit of time, but it allows us. Double McCall is beautiful, as well as Rat Pack. So it looks like God does have favorites, if you believe in that stuff. So forget everything I said.
Rip the macaws.
It doesn't matter. You don't even need the...
Sell the lobby.
You just don't need it. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, you put him 3rd.
Just double
3rd or
bird
4th. Maybe 2nd. Ooh, 1st is risky. Oh, that is so risky. I personally, and the reason being is because, okay, there we go. Yes. The reason why you don't put it 1st, for those who might not be familiar with this build, is because 3 of their minions here summons tokens. But you don't have board space, so it's not like you magically get another place for it. That's not how it works. So it's solely what can fit on your board. But putting the macaws while you don't have a taunt, so they are vulnerable. That is important to point out. And we're now playing against Brushy, who is supposedly also beasts. 5 beasts. Is there any triples? There's no triples though. So they're at 4. You know they don't have the Baron yet. Not giving... Oh, did snipe that. But you might be okay. Oh, that's pretty good, though.
It's a good little secret.
It's hard with the secrets, though, so unfortunately it's not updating us on who is favored. But
yep,
that snipe to your Rat Pack was a little rough. So definitely think this loss is being taken. Brushy has the stats right now with the cute little bird buddy. Oh, it's so cute, doing what he needs to do. But I will say that Phoenix is in a great position to be incredibly strong with just the right pieces. So it's kind of hard to say level because you're at 15. You're in a rough spot, potentially. I like rolling. I know your opponent had the cute little bird buddy. I don't think you need it. I think we need a taunt for our 3/3, and then we can get there. That's it. We need the 4/3, and then we need to triple one of these bad boys. I think that's our main concern right now. We did triple one of these bad boys.
Trip.
We might buy the 2/4 depending on what you get. You did get a mama though. We don't sleep on mama.
Mama can go first.
We don't sleep on the mama dukes. I wonder, I guess there's merit to buying the 2/4, but you're not really selling anything. I think we're just rolling, and then if we hit a triple, we like try to like sell back the other one that doesn't have the triple and see if we
Yep.
hit it.
with it.
Okay. So here's the thing. I don't think you need the swipes. I agree with that passing along. I understand. I think when there are a lot of mechs, I don't hate picking up the swipes. A lot of the divine shield to kind of help you. But at the end of the day, you're going to get the stats anyways from your token. So it's like not super necessary to have the swipes. Sometimes they can be kind of clunky.
Mhm.
So I don't think there's anything wrong with like just keeping it moving and moving that past that. Interesting.
Going up the. That is
Those
fire
poisons.
emblems. Yeah.
Oh man. This poor rat pack is getting sniped. That was like the second time. I would be very frustrated. Also
There we
with
go.
that, yeah, that taunt was so clutch. Not gonna lie, because it made it so that the frog did not die, which is clutch. Is that? Oh my gosh. That's lethal. What are the odds of that? 38% lethal?
50.
Oh, that feels so bad. That feels so bad.
That is
Poor Phoenix.
crazy. Phoenix.
They were building up a really strong board. They were very close to the pieces they needed.
Yeah. So we're gonna
That's
switch
rough.
over to Terpsy.
Okay, then I know what to do. I'm gonna go bother my buddy Brushy.
Terpsy's on a elemental chain gang.
Oh, look, they switched. They took turns, teammates. Last turn it was Susuru with the turn like what 7 nomies.
Yep.
Now this time it is Terpsy taking it for a spin.
Yeah.
Oh. Everybody just is so adamant about going beasts. It's crazy to me. Like I'm watching, you're gonna see it because we're fighting Brushy. But he is also hardcore forcing these beasts. Like, it's so funny to me. It's like turn 10, and I don't know if that's the move, my guy, but I don't remember what he had before, so.
Alright. Cyclone's kicking in there. Spawn.
Those at home, wait till you see these two different turn 10 boards. Just you wait.
Greasy. Greasy poo.
Look at the difference
Ooh.
between these two 10 boards.
Got a venom trap
Wow.
being procced.
That is a good one.
7, 8.
Oh, you sniped there. You hit there, snipe them. Oh my gosh,
There.
this is just so funny. I can just hear Brushy. You can just hear it.
Just being
The
aggravated.
anger.
Yes.
The anger. Luckily, he has an ice block, right? I believe this is an ice block, yeah.
Not gonna get
That was only
triggered this turn.
13. But man, if it was reversed though, that was 13. Terpsy would be taken out. So I know. Oh, and a triple.
Big golden triple.
Both of the players we were spectating have triples. So look at that. So now you're Terpsy, and you're trying to decide do I want to go for a 5-drop or 6-drop. You already have the golden Nomi. You could get a Tavern Tempest. That's really all you got going for you. 6 drop, you can get a genie, which is like a token cycle. You can get little rag. I don't know if you need little rag because again you got the golden gnomes. But then you have this new
Zap.
one, right? The Master of Realities, who's really good, really good with your
Elementals.
the taunt. However, if you're reading that lobby and you're looking, there's one beast player right now, and it was the player you just fought whose beast really wasn't there yet. I don't know if you need to buy the zap. I understand why he bought the zap as a safe play. But when I'm looking at all of my opponents, a lot of them are Murlocs and mechs. Granted, that doesn't mean anything. So I'm not saying that was wrong. I'm not saying that was wrong at all. It definitely is important to like hold on to resources. I think we sold that 512. Oh, I would have sold that 512 to take that what was in that 3636.
Yep. You still can. Oh no, you
He
can't.
can.
Well,
He can't anymore. I think you freeze for
Sure.
it. That's 30 that's like that is 41 stats.
use it.
He's choosing not to. That's fine. I understand. Sometimes it's hard to like I just don't think that 1512 is giving what you wanted to give.
Going up against Phoenix's Ghost there, so.
Mm-hmm. It just white didn't get to hit the Baron, which unfortunately makes a big difference. On my end, Brushy is out here creating ghosts. For those wondering at home. Oh my gosh, what happened?
Holy.
Everybody ghosts. So we got Mayan in 7th.
Yep. Dr. Fish at 6th. And
Dr.
then Blue
Fish
Jay at
at
5. Wow.
6?
Jay gets smacked the last 2 turns by Fire Emblems and Zuru. So, we're
That's
big.
unfortunate.
That is crazy. So now we're down to top 4 so quickly.
This is significantly faster than that first game. So right now you see, let's see, do we buy that? I mean, I think if it's big, the way that I look at it when you have the Nomi, if it is bigger stats than the minion you have on board, you buy it.
So yeah, that 1918
You
is
buy it.
Gonzo.
It's also, yeah, it's also like one of those things where also you want to put that 37 back in the pool as well. So like that could have been an option too. Oh, we're missing. Hit or miss. No, we're missing still. Not that 6, so you don't need it. Alright, good. Keep moving. Oh, that 2-6 is tempting to pick up. It's tempting to pick up and hold because the nice thing about it is we chose not to. I don't disagree with it. I would throw that I would throw that 1918.
Yep.
I know the free roll is really nice. But I would throw it, play that, and then just buy whatever it gives you. Its stats are already better. Really? Why didn't you buy that? Oh, there's another one. There's a pair, but I don't think you need. We're solely focusing on stats, right?
Yep.
Like our cyclones are really weak, even though they're still big in the grand scheme of things. But for what we're looking for, they're really weak.
Ooh.
What is going on my end of the stream? Wait till you see this. I don't know if you could peek over for a second. Look at this. You see this?
Peeking.
We got a lot going on. I understand. See that? This is what it is. So you see how that then taps over, and then that one taps over, and then that one taps over, and then that one. The cycle. Listen, all I gotta say is thinking is for ice block, huh, Brushy? What? That's silly.
No. Oh no.
Oh no.
Block. All right.
Silly.
So we're gonna flip over to Brushy Tuna.
He just got his butt saved by an ice block.
Yep.
Froze for this board. I'm assuming he froze for the 6-2, the Rattler. And probably is feeling a little dazed and confused after that fight, because that was ridiculous. I love mechs. So we have a second Froggy. Notice our Froggy is not golden yet.
Yep.
It'll happen. I definitely think the next thing to go, I don't think you need that Mama, so we keep it moving. I mean, actually, you know what? Before earlier today, I said that, I like the Hydra when there are mech. And as we just experienced, Suzuru has mechs. Granted, our Hydra did get sniped, which was like pretty unfortunate. Oh, there's another one. Is it better? I don't know if you freeze for that, buddy. I kind of like. I mean, I guess you can. You hit the other bird, but like, wouldn't you just much rather get a triple and then it would already have it? The venom. What does Fire Emblem have? Fire Emblem is sitting with Murlocs. Ooh, I would
Yeah,
take that. I
that's
would
who I'm
take that trap.
spectating right now. Is his
No. He took the splitting damage? I don't know if I agree with that. Because they're gonna have poison minions. Look at Fire Emblem also taking Zap as well to be ready.
Yep.
But you're playing against the beast play. It just shows that now it's like second nature for everybody who is, you know, scarred from these frogs. Unfortunately, I don't think this is going to be enough for Brushy, simply because he does not have a Baron. Baron really makes the build. Like, you do have 2 parrots, but you also don't have a rat pack either.
and you're up against
Which is
poisons.
crucial.
Yep.
And not just normal poisons, they're thick. Those are big poisons. They're heavy statted. Yeah, and it looks like the 6-drop is living, so I don't think that Brushy makes this out alive.
She is bye-bye.
Correct. Brushy be gone.
Oh, and Terpsies.
As well as Terpsy. Terpsy
Wow.
taking an L as well.
So you flip over to Suzuru while we're
Sounds good to me. And then Brushy took 3rd. Very respectable. I'm going to hop on over to Suzuru.
on screen. It's Suzuru now.
Mm-hmm.
Going up against Fire Emblems, who is on the Poison Murloc train.
So this is going to be a cute battle. I do think that Suzuru does need these hits to go a little bit more in his way because he does not have the stat to take out the you don't triple that holy mackerel, okay. He does not have the stats right now to take out these very large and in charge Murlocs, and we do see that Fire Emblem is playing the Zap.
Yeah.
However,
Yep.
what you don't never mind. I was gonna say what you don't see is that Suzuru has the trap card to counter the Zap, which is the 1/1 poison, but he actually played it to sell it. And I understand why he did, because he doesn't know that Fire Emblem picked up the Zap. But I do think the Zap is going to be even more confirmation. Unless, yeah, I don't think he's going to have the stats. I don't think he is, because those are beefy. Actually, it's closer than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
1.6% chance to tie.
Oh, it's closer than I thought it would be, actually. I forgot how beefy they get, and they're just tag teaming. Oh.
Oh, look at that. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I think this is actually going to Suzuru. I don't think it's a death hit.
Nope.
What were the odds of that?
It was
It was favored for Fire Emblem.
Yep. 35% chance of getting lethal, 54% chance to win.
Yeah. It was slightly favored for Fire Emblem. It was a 44% chance for Suzuru to take that win. So that was close. Very close. But now you're kind of like, what's next? So you know that your opponent has the Zap, which is like super good for you. Now you read the room. Like if you're Fire Emblem, you're like, man, they can now play around my Zap. But I don't know if you want to sell a bunch of of your minions to play second Zap. So like I do like this play a lot from Fire Emblem. So you see he plays the 2/2 taunt, which literally stops these 6/6 in their trap. Which is really important, right?
Agreed.
It stops the 6-drops, I'll give you the proper name, the Omega Busters, from doing what they want to do, because when they die, they give all of the mechs still on the board plus or They summon 6 1/1 microbots for each one that doesn't fit on the board or can't be summoned. You give that much to your mechs, +1/+1, and his board's filled with mechs.
Yep.
Really, he's just doing the holy mackerel dance. So this is very interesting to me. It's almost like it doesn't matter about the zap. I mean, if you go first too, if you're the zap, that's like really good. Or none of them. They're just dancing back and forth,
Wow.
which is still, yeah.
That's
That
crazy.
finally one died. Yeah, that's like, isn't that crazy? I think though that this is definitely enough because again, well now one's gonna get hit, but there's still a lot on the board, so I think they only get +4, +3.
Let's see.
That's something. I don't know. It's gonna be close. That 30 4 is out here doing stuff.
There we go. Scan.
That needs to hit it. It didn't. Oh, I still think this is gonna be how many microbots are in there? Only 3. Whoo! They're going back and forth.
Tagged for 8.
Let's look at the stats this time. So,
Yep.
oh my gosh, he was super favored to lose this one, and he ended up. Wait, no, that
Gaps
was
away.
expected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, Suzuru's only expected 18% of the time to win that. However, he didn't take nearly as much damage as anticipated. It's at 10 to 16. He only took 8. I think you take that triple. You
Yeah,
take that triple.
I think you don't have a choice.
Well, if you take that triple, it's gonna hit you the 6/6, right? Because of how much Wind Fury it gets. So we don't take that triple. You know what I mean? That's a hard call. Oh, so
Good.
there's stuff going on over here.
See,
With
Suzuru contemplating tripling his
I don't think
7/7s
so,
and
'cause
9/9s.
no, you don't want to triple those because that's kind of defeats the point of this build. He did just taunt both of the Omega Busters. I wonder if he's thinking about that parrot. I think so, yeah. I like that. However, it's risky. Are we just playing the micro mummy to kind of negate? But you don't know that your opponent tripled. You don't know what your opponent tripled. So you don't know that it's the zap. So it's gonna kill that 1/2. It's gonna hit it again, but then it's still gonna hit the because it's Omega Wind Fury. And it's going first, so we are taking out that. Oh, see that though. That is pretty good for you. Oh, but that also is good. You're able to kill one of the mackerels, and that's just kind of a huge, component of it. You do get the buffs though. However, your microbot is still not swinging to refresh. It's gonna be close still. Oh, actually, I just looked at some of their health. I was thinking about last game where they had much lower health.
It looks pretty grim for Suzuru.
For Suzuru. Let's see, what were the stats? Slightly higher percentage to win, but only a 20%er.
Yep.
So really, it wasn't that much more favored. So nice job, Fire Emblem, with this really thick Murloc build, letting us know that Murlocs are still OP. But that I will say, I really liked Suzuru's build with that with those mechs. That was super cute.
Yeah, that was a great counter for what was going on screen. So
yeah, agreed.
Good job for Suzuru getting first and second this week, and
he got second.
Oh,
so
second. Oh,
my
Myanodon came first. That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
So Myanodon got first. So the first round, just to recap. So Mayan got first, Zuber got second, Fire Emblem got third, Phoenix got fourth, Dr. Fish got fifth, Terpsy got sixth, Brushy Tuna got seventh, and Blue Jay got eighth. And then for the second lobby, we had Fire Emblem with first, Suzuru with second, Brushy Tuna with third, Terpsy with fourth, Blue Jay with fifth, Dr. Fish with sixth, Mayan with seventh, and Phoenix with eighth. So great job for all of the players. I wonder if Blue Lobby is completely updated. I wonder we're still missing some points for the Green Lobby, so we're missing if we got double second, that is 16 points for Suzaru, and then just 10 points for Fire Emblem, who is on Team Phantom. So let's go take a quick peek really quickly for
Phantom
the
Forces. Yeah, exactly.
current standing. So if I'm going to do this quick maths correctly, right now we have Crafty Monkeys at 315.7 points. Oh, let me do these quick maths. I said, what is that? 16. So 275.1 plus 16 is 11, 9. So Risky Refresh has 291.1 points. Concede Your Match with 245.2. Donned 8th with 227. Daryl and Flurgle OnlyFans 225.3. Ari's Virtuosos 212.9. Friends of Bob 210.7. And then Team Phantom Force is actually 218.1. So everybody's really getting close.
Things are slowly combining, and people are tripling their efforts there on the team standing. So it's making an interesting race. So top 4 teams go on to the playoffs, I believe.
And we only have one more week, right? We have week 7, which is next week.
Next week is going to be the decider of, like, you could see a couple teams leapfrogging between Concede Your Match, Daryl, and then Don 8th. So.
Yeah, they're really duking it out. I mean, Concede Your Match really performed this week.
Yep.
They hopped up to 245.2. That's a lot of points. They earned 54.7 points this week.
Yep.
Crafty Monkeys earned 53.6 points, and then Risky Refresh, if I add that 16, earned 57.5. So these top teams are like, look at hitting those 50s. Like, that's insane.
It is.
That's a lot of points.
And really, to be honest with you, even Daryl and Flurgle only fans there, they were being down 2 players.
Yeah, to get 0 points. Like, it wasn't even just like 8th grade. Like, they got 0 points from both players on Friday.
Yep.
They're still fighting.
Still in the mix, which is awesome.
They are. It's a potential. It's gonna be close. Like, Concede Your Match, yeah, they're at 245.2, but it's still close. Like, it's not guaranteed. We don't know what Don Daith and Daryl and Flurgle, we know how they can perform. And then these teams down at the bottom that are still like, I mean, it just takes one really good week, as we can see with Concede Your Match, right?
Exactly.
To like hop up there. However, I think after this week, it is safe to say that Crafty Monkeys and Risky Refresh are going to be going to playoffs with just how big of a leap that they have. I feel like both teams, none of the players would have to show up, and even then, they would still be top 4. So I think it's safe to say that those 2 teams are playoff ready. It's really just to see who's going to be duking it out with them.
And with that note, I want to thank Steffi for doing BGs consistently on every Sunday, which I know she.
I appreciate it. I love it. Thank you for having me as always.
Anything? Any final words there before we go for the evening?
No, just as always, thank you all for supporting all of the streams that THL has to offer, and we will be doing it again next Sunday, but there's always so much to catch throughout the week, so make sure you check back.
Stay tuned, sure. So there's gonna be some shows coming up on, I think there's a tournament for, just gotta double check the.
Was it Wild? I could be wrong.
Or
maybe it was just Wild.
So yeah, the 20th is actually, we got standard. We got a standard tournament, LHS best of 3. So anybody interested on Monday, there will be a notification in THL Discord. Check that out. And then Tuesday we got our. Why am I blanking? I've been doing this for so long, I'm still blanking. So Hearth Center on Tuesday. Then we got Tavern Talk on Wednesday. Then we have some matches that are coming up on Friday and Saturday and Sunday. So
everywhere.
Be prepared to be bombarded with some matches there all this week. behalf of Steffi and myself, have yourself a great night. Be safe out there. Peace, love,
Bye,
dove.
everyone.
Bye.